All we talk is money, honey. All we talk is money. All we talk is money. It's like bees to the honey. Honey, money, honey, money, honey. It's the SOSCAST, baby.
All right, happy July 4th. Right, Carmen?
Fireworks.
This is Carmen over here.
I'm on this side.
Of our friend over here. Welcome to the SOSCAST, the sexiest financial show in the world right now. This is where finance meets romance, meets culture, meets dating, meets July 4th. Independence, freedom. You know, they say freedom ain't free. We're going to help you get paid, laid, and do it your way. We all know that. Amazing panel today. But what we're going to be discussing today is freedom, independence, dependent. What is it like to be Miss Independent? I went down the rabbit hole of these songs out here. Miss Independent. There's so many independent women songs. We'll have that conversation today. For July 4th, because we love America here, the number one reason that couples fight, is it sex? Is it money? Is it money? Is it sex? Getting paid, getting laid. I mean, it's one of those things, Nat. You know how it goes.
Gotta do it your way.
Newsflash, Shay's favorite social media vixen, the Hawk Tuah girl, resurfaced. She showed up. She said, please, 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 Soz, can we talk about the Hawk Tuah girl? I said, if we must. Tuah. I've been on that thing. There's a new woman trying out for the NFL because she ran down a linebacker after he tried to smash and dash out of her hotel room.
What?
Yeah, she's pretty fast. You know,
Yeah, she was.
You know about this?
She was
Oh
hilarious.
my God.
Naked
Selfies.
too.
Are selfies disrespectful? A Christian conservative woman weighed in on selfie culture. We'll have that conversation today. Rick Ross, the boss.
Rick Ross.
You know, he tried to pick sides on the Kendrick Lamar Drake beef.
Oh, no.
And he got punched in the face.
No.
And McQueen, I want to hear what your thoughts about this. You know,
Me too.
what happens when Rick Ross, the boss, gets punched in the face? What happens then?
I don't know, man. Today.
He's not like us. I know that.
He's not like us.
The ick. I did this specifically for Nat because Nat,
I taught you that.
she told me about the ick.
He was telling
About a
you
girl,
some flaws.
you know, she might love a guy, and he's like, hey, thanks. Oh, you smiled with your teeth too much? You ick. You're done. What?
You're done.
So, the ick. Well,
You're done.
we'll have a conversation about how girls will just casually call a guy gay when he doesn't sleep with her on the first night. When she asked him not to sleep on the first night. What? Like, why?
Wow.
I was listening to you. What just happened here? So we can talk about that. Very good advice here from a guy who used to be who's been on our show before. Coaching up a 20-year-old. I want to ask you ladies the question on what advice you would give here. And then last but not least, you know, we don't talk a lot of politics on the show, but when we do, it's going to involve political sex stories. Republicans and Democrats, who's more likely to put out on the first date?
Spicy.
Trump. Bill Maher, actually, liberal pundit, is teaching men GAME, game these days.
You okay?
That's it? You don't like that?
Sorry.
That's not
Bill Maher?
You know, not Dan Bilzerian.
Wow.
You know, Leonardo DiCaprio, Bill Maher.
I know Bill Maher.
There it is. Okay. Anyway, amazing show that we have today. Let's meet our amazing panel. You love him. You know him. YouTuber, fitness guru. I'm going to go ahead and call you a street pickup artist. The hood's pickup artist. I don't know if I can coin that. McQueen is in the house.
McQueen.
Hey.
That's it, man. A few words.
Love that.
Okay. The ebony to my ivory to his ivory over here. We got the Starsky to this hutch. We got Brandon Aceto out here.
Brandon.
He's macroeconomics, political, socioeconomics.
Whole nine.
The whole nine, doing his thing.
Yep.
2030.
2036.
Oh, 36.
Don't jump
Yeah.
the gun.
And you're running off to a flight after the show, right?
Yes.
Where you going?
Going back to the homeland of Connecticut.
The homeland.
Celebrate the holidays this week.
Okay.
America.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, gentlemen, for being here. Let's meet our ladies. We all know that we like to have lovely ladies on the show.
Yes, we do.
Maria's been here how many times? Maybe like your 10th show. Maria Prieto.
Never enough.
Yes.
That's right. The last year we were crying.
Yeah, last
Was
time.
it? Yeah.
Last time.
It was a
We all
cathartic
were.
moment.
We all were.
You know, we were talking about Diddy and what he did to Cassie, and the women are crying. I learned a lot about my audience that day. They were like, suck it up, bitches. I was like, oh my God.
She just got her ass rocked.
Yeah, I was like, I gave a girl a hug, you know? But that was
Horrible.
nice. Anyway, respect
Horrible.
to you guys for being out there,
Yeah.
joining on the SOSCAST here on July 4th in the house. We have a new guest today. We met her at model volleyball, But she's back. She's again. She shocked me. Carmen, model. Carmen Carrera,
Yes.
¿verdad?
Sí.
Carmen.
Wait, you did the
Hi.
squats? That was you, right?
No,
No.
that was
Oh,
Gabby.
that was Gabby.
Gabby. But give us a little bit. You're a model. You're also.
I'm a model. I'm an activist, influencer. I feel like you have to be kind of everything these days. Actress. I've done reality TV.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
She's out there.
New
She's in the
Jersey
streets.
native.
Oh, okay.
We're going to learn about Carmen today on her first show.
That's
On her
it.
second show, Carrie Ann's back with us. Flight attendant, YouTuber. She's got a big mother freaking boyfriend with a gun, so I don't pick on Carrie Ann too much.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. And your boyfriend's name was
Jake.
Jake, that's right. Jake from State Farm, but not him. Shay's back. I still don't know what Shay does, but I know she don't strip.
I don't
I know she don't strip because if she does strip, STRIP, she saves, she tackles debt, she's doing retirement planning, she's investing, and she's planning for a future STRIP
Yep.
strip. So our retirement guru out here, Shay, you did something new to your hair today. It looks nice.
I just slick it back.
Shit.
A little slick back.
Just slick it back.
You guys don't get it.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't get it. And last but not least, our friend Angelina Castro is here. Angelina, I remember the first time I met you. I say it every time. She said, all it said in her bio was, I'm Cuban and I don't give a fuck. And she goes, oh yeah, there's also one more thing. I'm a retired porn star. I was like, oh, okay. Thanks for leaving that out of the bio.
Do you listen to me because you sound just like it?
Do you understand? I've been growing up with people say like you, like gente in Miami. People like toda mi vida. Angelina, you think I'm the first Cuban porn star that I mean, you're
do
the
it so
first Cuban.
good.
Come on, Angelina. Have a little respect.
You got nervous.
By the way, Angelina, I was thinking, who does this Cuban 40-year-old vixen look like? And I sent you a picture. Did you know who she looks like? Do you know who Harry Carey is?
I
Used to be
don't
the
know
voice of the
names.
Cubs.
I don't know the names, but if I see the picture, I look like a bunch of people right now. I look like this lady.
Alejandra, did you get a picture?
NCSI, I think it was a lady, the short lady. I look like her. I look like the cartoon too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
you look like a
has
cartoon.
there's a cartoon lady.
Good cartoon
yeah.
lady, yeah.
I look like a bunch of people. I look like Hillary
Alejandra,
Clinton,
check
too.
Slack.
What? Hillary
If I wear a
Clinton?
suit, I look like bushy.
Huh.
So that's my
my
friend
God.
Harry Carey right there. I don't know. Hey, the Cubs win.
It's the glasses.
Cubs
It's
win.
the glasses. That's
It's
why.
the glasses. I don't know. There's other pictures. Did you see when Will Ferrell used to play this guy on Saturday Night Live?
I also look like a Powerpuff Girl.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay, you're like a nerd ass porn star. That's very, very interesting. And then you all know Natalia.
Hello.
Natalia Del Valle is here. She makes this magic happen.
Yes, we do it together.
Producer
Thank you.
extraordinaire.
Yes.
So listen, you guys all have your green and your red. We know this. Guys, I only ask one favor. When I say green or red, don't do this. Hey, what happened to green and red?
In between.
No, there's no in between. Please, that's my one thing. The audience wants to know your opinions on things. And if you're doing this thing, like, you're looking for a ring like Beyonce out here, they can't tell. So that's my only one request. Other than that, let's have some fun today for July 4th.
Let's do it.
Yes.
Get the party
Okay, let's get this party started. Thank you guys for being here, joining the SOSCAST. By the way, if you want to connect with me or PBD or anyone here that's part of the Valuetainment Squad, and everyone, you can find me on Manect. I just crossed 2,000 consultations. Oh, I'm at 220 now.
Go Sosnick.
Take it right there. Business, finance, relationships, networking. And if you even want to give some hate comments, I don't check my DMs. So if you want to hey, I think you're an absolute piece of shit, thank you, pay me.
Pay for
And
it.
I'll respond because I'm not checking my DMs. So just so you know, that's where you can throw your hate. With that being said,
Yes.
let's start the show. July 4th, it's Independence Day. And, they say freedom ain't free. Not here in America. By the way, let me hear your guys' best America.
America.
That's right.
America.
Oh, my God. Cuba.
America.
America. Nothing. Let me hear your best America.
Oh, like them? America.
That's right.
Wait,
There she
McQueen.
goes.
America.
America.
Yeah.
Queen. But they say freedom ain't free. So it got me thinking, American independence. I pay a lot of taxes. I got to claim dependence. And one time I tried to claim my former lady friend, my fiance at the time, as a dependent. I learned the hard way. Oh, you can't claim a spouse or a spouse as a dependent. Now you might be paying for all that shit, but you can't claim as a dependent. You can only claim kids as a dependent. Some people try to claim their dogs as a dependent. Not me. Not me. But I
Cats?
tried to do that, so I learned the hard way. Oh, you can't claim your grandma's a dependent. So I want to have a conversation with you guys today. Would you rather say that you're an independent woman, put green, or no, I'm dependent on a man? What would it be? Or it doesn't need to be a man, a significant other. So green, if you're independent, no, I'm an independent woman. And red, or even if you're a man, you're an independent man, you can put green. Or red if you're dependent on someone else. Go ahead, pick up your green and red.
Is this a trick question?
Okay, not a trick
Are we talking
question.
about taxes here?
We're just talking about life.
Okay, can you define it?
Green, Brandon.
So what? I would rather not be dependent on somebody.
Yeah, you're not. So you're
Yeah.
dependent.
Yeah.
Angelina, who are you dependent on?
I depend emotionally from my family, from my husband. I'm great making money. I'm talking shit, but I'm not good spending it. So like, I depend from him to make the decisions. Like, all right, let's buy this property that is gonna give us. Like, you gotta see what you're good at and what you're not good at. So I'm definitely for success. I depend on a lot of people. My financial advisor, like, I depend on a bunch of people.
Okay. Shay, you're saying that you're dependent.
I guess I'm gonna depend on my husband when I find him.
Okay, when you do find your husband, but right now you're independent.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, so
Okay. Gotcha. So you're manifesting dependency. Gotcha. Brandon, now, no one pays your bills?
Hell
like
no.
You're not an independent?
I am
You're an
independent,
independent man?
Yes, correct.
Okay. How's that feel?
Good.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's not a good feeling to feel like you have to rely on somebody else for things.
So-
I remember in college, like I would have to ask my parents for help sometimes and stuff. So wasn't a fan of that. But doing it on my own, even though the government's doing everything in their power to make that difficult these days.
Wow. He's going to bring the government into this.
Yeah.
Of course.
I love
Yeah,
Maria, you
Currently independent, but hopefully in the future with my family dependent.
gotcha. Interesting. Carmen?
Independent. I always want to be independent. I think that you build a stronger home when you have two independent people coming together to build something greater. I don't want to put all of my stuff on someone else's shoulders. I'd like more of like a partnership, something where we can like really ensure the bliss of our retirement.
Gotcha. All right, Carrie Ann?
I'd say right now I'm independent. I pay all my own bills. I do all that. But dependent because we rely on each other for wherever we need to pick up the slack.
Okay. And then Nat, I want to get your perspective, and then I'm going to end with McQueen.
Okay. Right now with where I'm at, I am independent, but with how I operate, I depend a lot on the people around me, including people like you and my team and stuff like that. But paying my bills, I pay my bills.
Speaking of paying bills, we're going to have a conversation about paying bills. So I remember I was interviewing a bunch of party festival goers at Ultra.
Oh, yeah.
And it was these three attractive women. And of course, they had a gay bestie.
Yeah.
We all know this. And they're like, I don't need no man. I take care of my own bills. And they're giving me their whole thing and what they're looking for in a man. And I was just like, okay, ladies, okay. And just knocked them down. And then the gay guy's like, yeah, me too. I don't depend on no man. I do it myself. I make my own job. I'm like, yeah, guy. That's kind of how it works, bro. But it was just shocking because it was just like he gave the same speech that the ladies did. So McQueen, you're out there, bro. You're not. When's the last time you gave a speech like, I'm independent. I don't rely on nobody. I pay my
I have never in my life made that speech.
And why is that?
Well, because I'm a man. I mean, no one cares if I'm independent. That's kind of how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said. So we're by default independent.
Right.
And nobody cares if you shout out loud that you're independent, like as if it gives you extra points. Because that's how,
Bingo.
you know what I'm saying?
So, and that's interesting to me because by default, men are independent. Like when the guy gave me the speech, I was like, no shit, Hector. That's kind of what you got to do, buddy.
Right.
But it made me think like, okay, cool, independence, July 4th. And then I'm a big music guy. My first job out of college was in music. I worked for iHeart, right? And so like I know all types of music. And I went down the rabbit hole of these independent women songs, like these feminist anthems. Turns out actually I knew most of them. They're actually pretty good songs. See if you can pull up these songs, Ali. But, there was a song called Neo that's like, Miss Independent, yeah. You know that one?
That's not how it goes, but
All right, sing it. Guys, I might need...
Independent.
Okay.
That's why I love her. Come on, sing.
She got her own thing.
music about? Come on.
I know the song.
And then you got
You want me to play it, Adam?
Boosie Badass.
You can tell that Nat was doing
That's
spinning
the
up.
only way I know to spell
What
it.
song was that song?
That's Boosie.
Was that?
No,
was
that was
Neo?
a different song.
Who was that?
I don't know who
Boosie.
sang that one, but it's
Okay,
I
then there
know to
was
spell it.
a Kelly Clarkson song also called Miss Independent.
Oh, I
Who
know.
knows that one?
No.
Probably got to play the
You want me to
chorus.
play it?
Can we play it?
No, because then we'll get.
I don't want to get it taken
no,
down,
no,
but
we can't play
can we
it.
play it?
No.
You want this one or you want the other one?
No, we know the new one.
No, Ali, en español, no sé si te lo jugaron música
What are you saying?
cancelaron el
Show.
piscina. I don't even know what I just said.
Was that guy
But
Cuban because
can
you
we
did the
say it?
accent too?
I don't know if we can play the music.
When you get copyrighted.
But here's some other
And
stuff.
maybe copyrighted.
So,
yeah.
but the biggest culprit of this independent thing, and this is the conversation I want to have about where I think women are confused and why men are like, yeah, I know what I got to do, but in the process of doing what I got to do, you women are confusing the fuck out of what I got to do now. And you're confusing yourself. So do you have that list, Alejandra? The person that I think or the group that has confused the people the most is Beyonce and Destiny's Child. Right?
They're kind of the same.
Why
right?
is that? Why is that? So on these 53 feminist anthems, which we'll show you in a second, don't do it yet. You know, they did the movie Charlie's Angels,
yeah.
Destiny's Child, and it had the song Independent. To all my ladies who truly feel me, throw your hands up at me.
Those are bangers.
Okay,
Yeah.
the bangers. And then she says, it's always 50-50 in relationships. I said, what?
Oh no, we don't.
What,
know about
Beyonce?
that.
What?
Mhm.
It's always 50-50. The shoes on my feet. I bought them. The car I'm driving.
I got him.
Like, come on, guys, sing.
Yeah,
I don't know the
rest
song.
of it.
And then she goes, I depend on. I'm like, okay, sing it.
Throw your hands up.
Right.
He's like
at
singing
me.
the song.
You know this song. She's saying it's always 50-50 in relationships.
Yes.
And, you know, I depend on me. I'm like, all right, dependency, but it's 50-50. Okay. And then she comes out the following year and she goes, who runs the world? Girls.
Oh.
Who runs the world?
Girls.
Yeah. By the way, fun game you can play at home. Anytime that they say girls in a song, replace it with squirrels. Who runs the world?
Squirrels.
Squirrels. It's just fun to do.
Stop it.
How about who built the world, man?
Yeah. Squirrels just want to have fun. We all know that. But then here's where I'm going with this. And this is where I want to get your guys' way in. One of their also songs that she had was called Bills. And she was like, can you pay my bills? Sing it, Shay. Shay, sing
Whoa,
it.
whoa,
Pay my
whoa.
automobile.
We'll sing it together.
it's fine.
Can you pay my bills? Can you pay my telephone
That's
bill?
the
Can you
only part
pay
I'm
my
worried
auto?
about.
But how
Can
is
you
that
pay my bills?
confusing?
So why is it confusing? Thank
Yes.
you, Carmen.
It's contradicting.
It's so
I don't think so.
contradicting. You're independent.
Right.
You run the world.
But you
Right.
asking somebody to pay
It's
your bills.
50-50 in relationships. And then it's, can you pay my
No,
bills?
it's can you pay my bills? It's not like I don't think she's asking you to
Yeah.
pay her bills. It's can you? So are you on my level? Are we on the same? Yeah. Are you
it's
capable?
not a exclamation point. It's a question mark.
Yes.
Are you capable of paying my bills?
Exactly.
Because as an independent woman, I'm simply asking.
I could pay my own
Can you
bills.
take care of my shit?
Yeah. Can you take care of me? Not that I'm
Okay.
asking you to, but can you?
So then that's perfect, Carmen. Perfect.
I never thought of it that
Is
way.
it? How is it considered independent if you're depending on someone to pay your bills?
You're not dependent. You're
Explain.
independent. Like for instance, for me, I'm independent. I can pay my bills. I can do it all for myself. So if you're gonna occupy my time or space in my heart or in my mind, then you need to be on my level. Don't be a waste of time. That's all. I mean, it's probably I see it more as a requirement because that's for me in my life. Like the man who I'm with has to be able to have the capability to take care of me, but it's not that I want him to. I mean, maybe when I get older, maybe when we have kids or, you know, I can't work anymore, whatever reason, I know that I've invested wisely in who I'm with.
So
So
perfect.
at
So
the end of the game,
investing.
will be at the end of the game, it will be depending.
No, I don't plan on being dependent. I'm just in case as like an insurance, like just in case something were to happen. I don't want us both to be on the street, you know?
She doesn't want to have to pay for him. She wants somebody that, you know, that you guys will go out to the restaurant and you both have the flexibility to pay if you have
exactly.
to. That's
Exactly.
what I'm taking.
It's
Well,
just
no
more
woman-
security for me, peace of mind.
At some point, that would still be dependent, though.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
At
I
the
think
end,
it's
yeah.
How? That's literally the
you're-
I think it's a
definition of
balance.
dependence.
mentally, you're preparing yourself for that.
no,
If
just
you're-
in case.
Right.
Just in case.
I think
So
we're
that's
at
a
You don't know
possibility.
what life has in store. You never know. So I have a history of like, I've been married before, now I'm in a different relationship. So for me, what I've learned, what works for me is, you know, we have to meet each other on the same page, on the same level when it comes to values, when it comes to how we spend money, how we save money, what we're building towards. And it's just more of a requirement. It's not like a plan.
I think these songs are bullshit. That's why we have so many single moms, and that's because you keep, you know, female thing on love as Cinderella and, you know, all this Disney. We keep programming kids and women, young women, for different things. First it was Disney, you have to be the maid of the house. Now, fuck a man, I'm gonna do everything on my own. So it's like, what is it at the end of the day? Like, that's the reason why we're raising kids without two people in the house, because all these songs and all these fake beliefs that women have that they think that they can do it alone. No, you can't do it alone. You did not make the kid alone. You did not. The world is not set up for you to be alone. Nobody wants to die alone. So, and the funny thing is that all these bitches that be doing these songs are married. So there's all these idiots like, independent married. Beyonce goes to Jay-Z. So like, how stupid is like how stupid y'all are.
I agree with that point the most, because I think we're trying to make sense out of something that isn't logical, that we shouldn't try to make sense out. We should ask why these songs are being pushed forward. And I would say the answer to that is that music has been a very powerful propaganda mechanism for a long time. I would encourage people to look up something called the Tavistock Institute, which all the way back to the 80s and 70s, they used groups like the Rolling Stones, the Beatles, to push propaganda and make people think a certain way, to be more degenerate, to do riskier things, to do the degenerate type of behavior that they know would erode society. And they're continuing to do that because the more you tell people to be independent, to not be relationship-oriented, to make bad decisions, then that's how they achieve their agenda, which I insist the biggest agenda of the people who have the most influence over the world right now is to slow population growth. They say it over and over and over again if you pay attention to what the people who run the world say. So I think it goes back to that. What's the result of encouraging women to be strong and independent? Lack of relationships, a lack of strong relationships, and a less likelihood of people getting married and having kids.
Yeah, and we've seen the stats all around the world, especially in America.
Yeah.
People are waiting longer to have kids, or waiting longer to have marriage. Americans are possibly not even having kids. Feminism, wokeism, LGBTQIism. So it's interesting that it takes no disrespect, a porn star
Not at all.
educate
I'll
women.
take it.
Hey, you're dependent on the man. It's just a little ironic to me.
You are dependent on a man. The president of the United States is a man.
Well,
Most
I don't
of
know
the
how
Congress
dependent I
says
am
you
on
are
that guy.
dependent. We all depend on men. At the end of the day, we all depend on men the same way that we depend on women. But what is this fight about who's more important and independent? We both need each other. Me and McQueen will make a great couple if we are together. McQueen on his own is not be as great as he's with me.
But McQueen's got his own thing.
I do too, but together we are a power couple.
Oh, shit.
I mean,
McQueen, what would
I'm
you like
married,
to say
guys,
to
so
that?
not McQueen exactly, but I could have gone with him, but he's next to me.
Yeah.
So, you know.
I mean,
go ahead, hold her hand while you're talking to this
Yeah.
one. Okay.
You know, I'm not
Well-
not diabetic. I'm all right with chocolate.
well, I think I'm great by myself. I think anybody I pair with will also become great because of me.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree, but you cannot say a woman is not as important. A man is super important. When I go home and I don't, and I feel like crying because I don't know, I'm fat today because I got my period. My husband telling me that loves me will make me give that boost for me to keep on going the next day. The same thing for a man. You guys are very strong and you need that nurturing. You need a plate of food. You need your house to be clean. You need somebody that if you don't want to go to work or you be handicapped or whatever, that woman is there.
I think you're right.
To
I have to
do something
agree,
for
but
him.
I feel like you don't have to be dependent on it. Like that word dependent for me is a trigger. I hate feeling like I need to have that. You know what I'm saying? It helps.
Why does
it
it
helps to
trigger
have
you, Sonia?
support, but I don't want to feel like I'm
Why does
dependent
it
on the
trigger you?
support.
Do you feel
Just
weak?
because I've worked really hard to have my own everything, you know, and it's not because I was resenting men or any of those things.
Yeah.
It's just because I wanted to prove it to myself. Like, can I actually do this? You know, can I actually be in control of my day to day? And when I wake up, it's my decision of what I'm going to do, where I'm going to go, what I'm going to wear, what I'm going to buy. You know, all those things were really important to me. And so once you've kind of accomplished those things, it's like you don't want to go back to like depending on anything, but the support is necessary.
But do you
The
feel
support
better
is necessary.
achieving all of that, having a man next to you, or achieving it on your own and not, you know?
Well, for me personally, I feel more in my power because before, when I used to be a little bit more dependent on validation or even just male attention, it was, I felt like it put me in like a much lower place as far as like my confidence, how I felt about being on my own. And then you kind of like give too much forgiveness for little things. And I don't think it leads to a strong relationship.
Well, let me ask you guys another question. Does money equal disrespect? So there was a time where when a man was bringing home the bacon, so to speak, and he was the sole income breadwinner provider of the house, let's go back to the 1950s, Americana, make America great again, what have you. Forget about the whole civil rights thing and women's rights. Don't worry about that, guys. Let's just go back to the 50s, black and white TV.
So it's like control, I think.
So a man can have a little more control over and say and power because he's the one, money talks, bullshit walks. He's bringing the money home. Women weren't really working. They were very happy. They were baking. They were doing their hair every day. They'd wake up and do their makeup. Not bad. And then the female empowerment movement showed up, and all of a sudden women started entering the workplace. But at that time, men were a little more. I mean, these are the guys who basically the greatest generation. They were in World War II. They're taking the GI. GI Bill, went to college, everything like that. Thank you, Brandon. That's our geopolitics right there. But you would hear stories like, yeah, I had no clue. Daddy actually had another family in another town down the street. And it's like, you can't have another family these days. They'll find your ass on Facebook real quick, much less Instagram. You know about that. Okay. But, so we get it. Women were maybe a little bit disrespected because they had less power.
And vulnerable, you have to say.
And vulnerable. Totally understand
Because the dude bounces, then they're screwed.
Listen, my grandma dealt with that. So it's like, I'm not here some chauvinist being like, my grandma had to leave my grandfather because he was that type of guy. And she's like, found my new grandfather, whatever. But then what's happening? So the money, the power, the disrespect, like the locks, the rap. He's like, first you get the money, then you get the power, then you get the respect. Now these days, women make just as much money as men a lot of times.
Sometimes more.
They're going to college more. So now there's almost, it's been flipped. It's like, oh yeah? Fuck you. I pay my own bills. You think I need you? I'm not going to be dependent on shit. So that has led to a little bit more disrespect to men. I mean, it's been clear that men have been disrespected over the last decade or so. Men ain't shit, started with TLC's, no scrubs, what have you, I get it. But now these days, bringing down the patriarchy, everything like that, the decline of men, it's real. We've discussed this on the show these days. So as women are empowered and make more money, they're a little more inclined to be like, nah, motherfucker. Like, and they'll be a little bit more disrespectful. But then my next question is, how's that working out for you, Chelsea Handler? Where does that go? So at some point, there needs to be an equilibrium in the power balance where men need to respect women.
Yeah.
But also women have to understand, like, you need man.
Question.
Like the whole thing we did, I think 2 weeks ago when we went around and interviewed all those women, we asked them and they're like, do you need men? Fuck men. Do you need men? Fuck men. What? What? Like, you were here, Shay.
Yeah.
So why the disrespect? Go ahead,
balance. We lack of balance. We lack of balance. We're talking about that man that will bring the bread to the house. Let's just be realistic. No man could do it. Very few men can do it alone these days. So we don't have balance. The same way that women are in the fake independent and the cancer of being independent, because to me, the whole thing is a cancer. You are devaluing men, and at the same time, those men didn't value us. And there was laws that we would live and we didn't have anything. So we didn't have a balance. But I feel that both extremes are bad. And since they both bad, and feminism is a cancer to society, we should definitely take both right now and create the balance that we need. And that's the reason why we are here, to create that balance. So now moving forward, we need to, in society, create the balance to where we both are as equal as important, equal as valuable, and loved and needed each other.
So
and that's what we need.
You said that feminism is a cancer
to society. It is a cancer.
How many women think that feminism is a bad thing for society?
I don't
Do you think it's good or bad? What do you think, Karen?
Today's feminism is a cancer.
Second wave.
No, I don't like it.
Yeah, it's a cancer.
I think there's levels. I've definitely seen really bad examples. I think you can be a powerful woman and you can be independent. You can have all these things without being like a toxic person.
Okay.
I agree.
Maria?
I think it's bad. I don't
think it's bad?
Yeah, I don't think feminism is good for us. I would say the woman needs to be able to, if we're talking about financial, you have to be able to have your life prepared long term to make decisions under what you need into your life, what you want, but not what you need, economically wise. But meaning like being dependent and just go over men and just not respect them just because I make money makes no sense. We need both together.
Okay. Shay, feminism, good or bad?
It's bad.
So let me ask you. We have a lot of lovely women that come on the show, and I would say 80% of the time, they actually like kind of agree with the points that us guys are making. Like, I don't get a lot of "fuck you, Adam," feminine. I was like, occasionally, which is great.
Misogyny.
But the numbers show that you guys are either lying to me, or you're not calling out your fellow ladies.
That's what it is.
Okay, what is it?
They're not calling out each other. They never hold each other accountable. That's why they stay the same.
Deeper.
It's a fact. I mean, like if a girl is dating a guy and you know what I'm saying, they get into the argument, but the girl was wrong, and she goes and complains to her girlfriend is going to sit there and say that she's right, even though she knows that she's wrong. That's why you laughing right now, because you know it's true. You know
Well,
what I'm
it
saying?
depends on who you go. I've seen a lot of like clips of girls like maybe reacting to something, and they say like, "Well, I'm gonna agree with my girl because that's my girl,"
And that's stupid
It
as hell.
depends on how
that
much they
doesn't
care about
help.
that girl, though.
That doesn't help. But at the end of the day, you also have to take into factor that what's also on the internet. That's what people see. So even if that's not their friend, that they go like my friends, they're not like that. I don't go to my friends for all my advice. I usually go to my mother because my mother.
Let me just say this, and then I want to open it up. Ding, ding, ding. McQueen is absolutely right. Because I said this on the Peabody podcast. By the way, tune into the Peabody podcast if you want to see more of this. I don't think shows like The View should exist.
Me neither.
What? How could you say such a thing? It's because if you get 5 girls sitting in a room, by the way, it's manufactured, it's doctored, very rarely are women going to be like, bitch, listen, let me tell you something.
Right.
Because if McQueen, myself, Brandon, and these 2 good-looking dudes over here, they're in this in the crowd right now, we're sitting in a room, half the conversation would be like, nah, motherfucker, you don't, like,
Exactly.
here's where you fucked, oh, bro, no, bro, dude, tell them what happened last time. Dude, you're fat as fuck, dude. Like there'll be a ton of that'll be shit talking. Like, I played football in college in a locker room. It's all talking shit.
Yeah.
Like PBD says it was in the Army. It's all busting balls. Girls are not going around busting balls or vagines. It's kind of like, you ever see the movie Friday?
Giving compliments to each other and stuff.
When Craig's mom walks out the house, we just had Ice Cube on the podcast. That's why I'm thinking of it. And she's like, oh, hey, girl. She's like, oh, hey, call me later. And then she turns around. She's like, stupid ass bitch. That's women.
Yeah.
Because
Girls are
men will
catty.
be
Girls are
aggressive.
mean.
Women will be passive aggressive. So McQueen is absolutely right. Women won't call you. And that's how you get women who are 400 pounds being like, I'm a 10. And then the girls are like, yeah, she is.
Yes,
It's like,
bitch.
Adam, speaking of the disrespecting though, so like at a higher level, I think a lot of it's like these really strong predatory child support things, which I mean, it's not obviously not a bad thing to have child support laws because there was an opposite extreme of it back, like in, I don't know, in the 50s. I don't know when child support started, like the enforcement of it upon a divorce, because there was a time where the dude could just dip and not have to pay anything, but now what do the women say when the guys are making them unhappy? Like, oh, I'll take half a shit, girl, take half a shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I think that's where
ridiculous. Yeah.
that's where a lot of
It
the
is.
disrespect comes from in marriages. You know, like, I'll take half his shit.
And alimony. Don't forget
Yeah, because they have that
Alimony.
leverage over the guy. They'd financially destroy a guy if they decide they're dissatisfied with him.
Yeah, but let me ask you a question. Whose fault is that for going into that marriage without preparation? Isn't that his fault as well for not preparing for that? I think as
chose
a
that
man,
way.
Well, as far
it's
as, like,
your
a-
responsibility. If you have a girl that you're in love with and whatever the case is, and you don't provide a prenup for her to sign and she doesn't sign it,
Okay,
and
well, how
she
about-
leaves
no,
your ass at
that's
the
your
end,
fault.
and she takes half your shit, you gotta take responsibility for not putting that
Okay,
prenup.
so
I say all
okay,
guys
so
should
if
have
I
prenup.
say so if to your point, if I say if I prepare myself but say I'm dating a girl that I really love, but you know what, I'm just not gonna marry her. Because if I don't marry her, she could never take any of my shit.
Right.
You would have a problem with that. Just marry me. Well, you don't trust me. We'll do
Right.
this.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
this-
saying? But I'm protecting myself. No, you should trust me. I would never do that to you.
Exactly.
No, I'm protecting myself. So now it's a problem when I say that I'm just going to avoid it altogether by not marrying you. Because you just said right now, men should know to protect themselves before they get it. And you're right. If a man doesn't protect himself, it is his fault.
Right.
But if I say that, I'm not saying you specifically would say that,
I
but
know,
like
I know.
most women, if I say I'm not going to marry you because of the divorce rate, you know what I'm saying, now today, and how because the divorce rate is mostly
They might
initiated
leave you.
because of women, I'm not going to marry. It just doesn't make sense to me. and then they would call you crazy. It would be like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Well, you saved
know,
yourself. You saved yourself. If you
That's my whole
have
point,
that
you know what I'm
conversation and she's like, no, I'm not going to accept that, then you know to move on.
Red flag.
Because
Save that money.
That's very, very important.
Let me ask you, ladies, if you marry a wealthy guy and he's like, listen, I love you, baby. We'll get married in the church, but I'm not getting married in the court. And you're going to sign a prenup and I'll be taking care of you. How many of you are like, yeah, where do I sign? Would you be comfortable with that, Maria?
Yeah.
You would be just totally comfortable with it.
I mean, yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, married in church, sign a prenup.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Say,
Would?
I would
Carmen, you'd
definitely.
be comfortable with it?
Absolutely, absolutely. As long as I'm taken care of, I'm gonna be okay.
But what is
What do you
taking
mean taken
care
Because
care
of?
because a lot of the times, I mean, this is me just from what I don't know, like facts, like details in people's marriages, but from what I've seen on television, what examples that I've been exposed to, a lot of the times wealthy men don't want their wife to work. They want them to stay home, take care of the kids, yada yada. And if they don't, if things don't work out or something happens, what's going to happen then? If a woman's been investing 20 years, with someone, has no education, has no, type of work to fall back on, then it's a problem.
Yeah, but if
But
you're
that's
dating a guy who's like
woman's
in his come up, like, and he's not wealthy, for them to ask you to sign a prenup, it's like,
Right.
you're not really got much to offer.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm dating a, and no offense, not yet, but if I meet a guy and he's a millionaire and he's like, listen, babe, like, I made my millions before we were together and I want to protect myself. Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
You
So-
absolutely should.
and that's
I
the
think
woman's-
it
and
depends on the man that you pick
Yeah.
and what he's bringing.
Well,
And I will
let me
say-
ask
Yeah.
Carrie Ann this question, and then I'm going to bring you guys some food for thought. What would you say if your man, because he's got a gun.
I do not believe in a prenup because I just don't believe in divorce. I don't think it's necessary.
You don't believe in divorce?
No.
Yep.
Like
I've been like that
zero.
before.
No.
Like sticking it out.
Yeah, my parents have been divorced, and my mom's on her second divorce, and I just don't believe in it. I think you can work through anything. You're getting married, that's
Yep.
your life.
Yes, you can.
Well, number one, respect to you. Does anyone here know what percentage of times that women's are the one that filed for divorce, other than the gentlemen?
Is it like 60?
Like 13.
60.
How much?
60.
60?
75% of the time, the women are the ones filing for divorce.
Why? They cheated.
Because why?
'Cause
Women
we
are
didn't cheat
emotional.
on. I'm just kidding.
Women are emotional, and I'm not saying that the
That's
guy
not the
didn't
only
do
reason
anything.
why.
It's the main reason.
It's not the only reason why women leave men.
It's not
Okay.
the only reason, but it's the
Somebody
main
left
reason.
him for many other things.
Granted, yes, there are many reasons, but if it was 50-50, I wouldn't even bring up this stat.
Yeah.
But it's abundantly women being like, "Oh, I'm done with this motherfucker."
Yeah.
And yes, maybe he cheated, maybe he didn't, maybe there was a lack of chemistry, whatever it is. I'm not here to diagnose everyone's marriage. But by the way, do you think when women are more educated, that divorce rate goes up or down?
Up.
It goes up.
Down.
It goes up.
It goes up to almost 90%.
More
Oh, I don't need
education
you,
on where
motherfucker. I make my own money.
They know the fine
okay,
print.
yeah.
Oh,
And then
yeah?
all of a sudden, when you have kids, that's where things, like, I always say this all the time. If we get married and we have no kids and I'm working and you're working, you ain't getting shit.
Yeah.
Like, why? Like, what the whole purpose is you stop doing your career to take care of the family.
Damn.
But if I'm working and you're working and I'm paying all the bills and we're living together and we get divorced, now you're getting my money?
You're not entitled
'Cause
to anything.
what did you do?
But there's also different prenups. You can have a prenup that's like for the first X amount of years, this is
Yeah.
going to be the, like, you
Yeah,
can
but
really
I've
build
seen
your
it.
Now
prenup
we're talking
how you
about
want.
prenup. We're talking about prenup for the 1%. The 1% is smart. The guy that has a Toyota Corolla and lives in the efficiency in Hialeah is not gonna know even what prenup is.
But women should also know how prenups work with how many women are
Like-
making money today. You
So,
gotta make sure you protect yourself.
Can I say
too.
one thing to Angelina? Ding, ding, ding. The porn star picked up the perfect thing. Because we want to go to the extreme. We want to say, well, of course the billionaire is going to get a fucking prenup. Yeah, he's got a army of lawyers. Of course the guy that works at Burger King or doesn't speak English is going to get a prenup. Forget about those guys. Talk about the guy that makes 75 grand a year.
Oh.
He has 2 kids with his wife. Just a normal guy. He's just a worker. He's a construction worker. He's not a multimillionaire. He's not a bum. That guy right there, who's married for 13 years, and for whatever reason, the wife files for divorce. And he had 250 grand in the bank. He had 100 grand in his 401k. He had 30 grand in cash. He loved his kids, whatever the reason. That dude, that guy's fucked.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about. I'm not talking about that Bill Gates got divorced or Jeff Bezos and all of a sudden Mackenzie Scott, all of a sudden she's the richest woman in the world. Why? Forget about this. Like, that guy, this is the reason where men, because of the court systems, which you brought up, they're the ones who are offing themselves. They're the ones who are depressed. They're the ones who are drinking because they're like, hold on. I love this woman and I'm a good dude. I'm a good father. You know, have I fucked up? Sure. Has she fucked up? Sure, whatever. But now I got to go back to zero.
Right.
And I'm 52 years old and I thought I'd retire in
but men can
15 years. Hold on,
Men
Nat.
can work longer.
Hold on. And that guy, now he's the guy we're talking about. The multimillionaire is going to be fine. He's worth $10 million. He gives a chick $2 million. Fine. The guy who's poor as fuck that doesn't know about a prenup, he got no money to give up his girl anyway.
Right.
The average dude has been screwed over by the court systems. And that's why the average dude is like, hold on. It's 10 times harder to get a girl who's 10 times better of a woman, 10 times less good of a woman than my mother and my grandmother, right? This is hoflation. So now I got to work 10 times, straight up, it's a thing. So I got to work 10 times harder and compete in the social media age to get a girl who's 10 times less good than what my grandma was. And if shit don't work out, I got to give her all my money. By the way, I said that women file for divorce 70 to 80% of the time. Do you know what percentage of the time the man has to pay alimony? What percentage? 98% of the time.
That's ridiculous.
So if I'm a businessman
And
and I've already been engaged, married, what have you, and it was out, but I had a prenup, so I don't like the look of this. I'm out. Peace. Now I'm 43 years old, money, chilling, cool, status. I'm looking at the land. I'm like,
you need a
it's
prenup.
literally like I'm like, all right, I can make,
Prenup.
what's the song like? Have a baby by me, be a millionaire. It's like I'm gonna make one of you hot little bitches a millionaire.
Yeah, thanks.
But I'm not gonna let you take half my shit.
No way.
Right, McQueen?
Of course.
What's the divvied amount? Because let me ask you this. Okay,
You don't get shit.
That $70,000 gentleman, right? Great guy, whatever the case, divorce. That woman also gave time that she can never get back. She gave her body that she can never get back.
Did she have kids with me?
She had kids with you.
So
but here's the thing. Men
Kids,
can work longer as well. I think how maybe it's divided when the divorce happens. Maybe the women, they do know how to run the system to get more out of it. But
Listen.
you also need to pay for the time you took away from that woman, because that for a woman,
Come on.
you can't buy that back.
What
You can't buy
about
that back.
our time?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
But
you
aren't we
guys
the
can
ones
have
that-
more time.
Hey, McQueen,
Yeah, I'm
don't worry
gonna
about your
say
time,
something.
motherfucker.
Wait.
Right.
It's about
Our
her
time just
time.
doesn't mean shit, huh?
Don't
You're
worry
going
about-
to have more time, but what you're paying for is that as a woman, for me to find what I had before,
It's
right?
harder.
Versus you finding
Yeah.
what you had before, it's harder for me
So
than
don't
it is for
get married
Now,
to
am I
begin
saying-
with.
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that there's a way that you can set up your prenup or whatever your situation is.
How about I just
to
don't
have-
marry you bitches to begin with? Just avoid this shit.
then
to
you
be-
can do that.
You know
But
what
I'm just saying, for that $70,000 man out there with his wife, and she's 46 years old, and she's had 2 kids, and for her now she's a single old
Yeah,
lady
there is no way
that
back.
lives alone and takes care of the
Nobody's
kids.
gonna look
and-
at you anymore. Nobody's gonna look at you anymore.
not
And
gonna
as
have
a
a
man,
fine.
tomorrow you may make more money, and then you date a younger woman, and that's it. You're fine.
And
You're
this is
super
why
happy.
there is
Women,
no balance,
we
and
lost
we
our
are
better
living
time.
in a society where he doesn't want to marry me. I want to take his money because of this mentality. I got divorced. I was with a man for 12 years, was only married 5, never got divorced because I didn't want to pay for it. So he said whenever he wanted to buy a house, he had to divorce me. You know what the court did? And listen how the court fucks men. You know how the court did?
do.
He had $40,000 in the bank, was about to buy a house. I've not been with this man for over 9 years, okay?
Yeah.
He said the court gave me $900 alimony, $700 child support. When me and he agreed on $500 child support, it was perfectly fine.
Yeah.
They got me out of the courthouse to see if he was abusing me, if he was, because I say no to the $900 alimony. So if I wanted to say yes right there, that man's life would have been fucked. But I had a kid, and he was a man, and I didn't want any woman to do to him, or to him to have that vision of his mother doing that to his father. But I easily, without earning that money, could have taken it from him. And to me, that was mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Mind-blowing.
You're the one of few, though.
Yeah.
But the reason why there is people...
there's women who are capitalizing.
You're not.
Yeah,
You're
of
proving
course.
our fucking point.
But I also don't want to neglect, though. What I also don't want to neglect, though, is that when you marry a woman and you decide to go into that long-term relationship and you take that time away from both of your guys' life, whether that's the women's life or the man's life, at the end of the day, for a man to get a new job and make more money and find a younger girl, it's going to be easier than a woman going to find a good-looking man with success and going to be able to take care of her and love her.
Well, that's too damn bad. You should have made some better decisions, baby, while we was in a relationship.
Well, it's a both thing. It's a both thing.
But didn't you say
it's a both thing.
didn't you say that it's a man's responsibility if he gets into a relationship with a woman that he ends up having to divorce with? It's his relationship. He should have made better choices, right?
Sure.
Well, then the woman should have made better choices marrying the man, so that way, because you sitting there talking about, oh man, he owes me for all my time that I missed out, baby. No one is responsible for your time except you.
You're taking as owes me as like take all your money. I'm not saying take a man's money. How Angelina handled it is how you have to handle it. You have to handle it with respect, integrity, understanding. Yeah. And what are you trying to get from this man? Because I also don't want to have this persona of like, oh, women are always just trying to take your money. Like, because not all women are like that. Are there? Yes. There's literally footage all over the internet of these women doing that. Yeah. It's a bad representation. But I don't want to neglect the women that don't do that.
Now, let me ask you a question. When's the last time you dated a woman?
I didn't.
You've never dated a woman?
No.
Oh, interesting. Okay. When's the last time you had to break up with a woman?
I never.
So listen to the man, motherfucker. When a breakup happens, okay, it's ugly. It's very ugly. Both sides have done things wrong. Both sides. But women have a little thing more than men called emotions and hormones. And
men get emotional.
I'm gonna tell you this. It's not every single case.
I'm not saying men can't get emotional or don't have emotions, but there's only one of us, despite what people are saying, that could produce life in our body, and that menstruate blood and have cycles and have things that give life. So let's not pretend that we're men and the women are the same. You guys produce life. So the fact that you guys can do that, like if I'm like, oh my God, I think I'm having, no, I just gotta take a shit. Like men can't have babies. So what's part of your hormones and your estrogen and what's going on in the system there, you're gonna be more emotional. What does that mean? Where women, they're gonna file for divorce more because it might just be that time of the month, or they might just.
That's not fair.
Oh,
that's
stop
not
it.
fair.
You're right. It's not fair.
What kind of woman y'all marrying?
I'm just letting you know.
I
I have conversations with men all day. I say, Brandon, look, can I permission to like call you out? I said, Brandon, you're a big, strong dude. Why do you wear medium shirts? He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, dude, you're not a medium, bro. Like, you're a large, straight up, dog. Like, what are you doing? He's like, you think so? He's like, I was like, yeah, just wear. Like, what are you doing? He's like, all right, cool, I'll do that. The conversation was over. Let me go to a girl and be like, hey, honey, why are you wearing this? Like, you're a little too big for that. An hour of emotions. She's crying. She's like, stop pretending we're the same.
Though? It's not how you
see? You see, that's the whole point right there.
You're proving
there's boundaries. There's boundaries, guys. Come on, there's boundaries with that kind of stuff.
So are men and women exactly the same?
No.
Okay, so that's what we're trying to say.
So on one side, you're like, Adam, you can't say that.
No, but the fact that men and women are not the same, there's boundaries.
You're talking only about a percentage of the way how it actually ends, but there is another percentage where the man is abusive, verbally, physically. Like, there's so many things.
Yeah, I'm not talking about those piece of shit dudes.
Right.
Again, when I talked about the extremes, I'm not talking about the guy who's abusive, ridiculous. So, or the guy who's a multimillionaire. I'm just talking about normal dudes.
Yeah, but the average woman is not like this, like hormonal crazy person.
Most men are normal dudes.
And how do you know most men are normal
because
dudes?
the statistics prove this.
What is a normal dude?
Not Miami.
He
What
works
is
hard.
What is his day to day?
I'll tell you, the
What
guy.
is his good habits?
The
and
guy.
power?
Let me just give you an example of a normal dude.
Okay.
Who's thinking about fucking killing himself at this point.
Okay.
He's 47 years old. He was married for 12 years. He was making $85,000 a year, working at the subway station at the construction site over there. He was with his woman for 12 years. All of a sudden, they were having relationship issues over there. They got 2 kids, 1 6, 1 3. Diapers is expensive, inflation, everything going on there. All of a sudden, honey is getting a little second feelings. I don't know. She was on Facebook. She's getting attention. She's getting people talking to her. Oh, you're so hot. Your man, don't you? You know what? This guy. And all of a sudden, maybe he went to Vegas with his buddies one time, and he went to a strip club, and who knows? And she got home, and now she's filing for divorce because he made one dumb decision. This good dude is a good man, takes care of his kids, does everything because she's emotional. He got home, and all of a sudden, he's broke, he's penniless, he can't see his kids, and he's on suicide watch. That's a good dude who might have fucked up a little bit, and his whole life is taken away for 2 reasons. Number one, because let's give some accountability to the woman. Maybe she shouldn't have filed for divorce, what have you. Like you said, you wouldn't file for divorce. But number 2, like Angelina said, the court systems have fucked men.
Yeah,
and this is why men are like, yo,
They
you want me to
shaky about
work
marrying
extra
you.
hard to get my shit taken in 7-year itch anyway?
Yeah.
So that's why a lot of people are just like, yeah, I'm not playing this game.
Which
So
is fine.
that's what's going on.
That's fine.
And
Don't
imagine
trust.
being the dude who has to pay for his wife to live with another dude who's with his kids, and you're in some shitty apartment with a new dudes in your old house.
Thank you, Brandon.
By law, and you go to jail if you don't fulfill that payment.
Yeah, that's crazy.
This isn't a hypothetical.
No, that's
guys.
how
These are
there's
real
a lot of
stories.
dudes that happens
every
with.
day.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
I
how
can't
you-
imagine a situation much worse than that.
So what?
So that's
we'll
what-
end it right here. Like what's happening in society is, I say this all the time. There's corrections and overcorrections, and my focus is equilibrium. I'm a centrist. I'm a unifier. I like things in the middle. You're a little too extreme. Let's get to the middle. You're a little too. Let's get to the middle. What happened is women were disrespected for a little too long.
Yeah.
Right? Fair.
Got tired
Feminism
of it.
showed up. Let's get equal rights voting. Of course. And then what happens in the last 10, 15 years or so, all of a sudden, and you guys said it yourself,
He's overboard right now.
feminism, which you're not fans of, you said it, has completely take things completely out of the equilibrium and made things out of whack. And now men are like, so now we're the second-class citizens? Now we get all our shit taken? Now we can't get any fucking pussy these days? Like what? Like,
Gotta pay for that.
so I'm just saying, like, that's how men feel. And it's not being emotional, it's facts, what's going on out here. So unless, I tell men all the time, like, at least you should do something about it. Make more money, work out, develop a better network. There's still things you could do.
Yeah.
Like, but also be aware of the system, because it'll fuck you.
I think generationally, this is an opportunity for us to redefine like what those power, like the power balance looks like, I mean, if you just think like back 50 years, how different it was, the power dynamic with men and women and households and stuff, and how it is now, it's like, are we going to take that chance to redefine that power balance?
We
is
should,
the
otherwise
So-
we are going to be single and we're going to be miserable because we do need dick
So
in
let
our
me ask you a
lives.
very specific question.
Yeah.
What does the ideal redefined power balance look like? Walk me through this.
Well, I'm a little biased because I think, I don't know, I think that having 2 independent people come together to build something strong is what works for
Do
me.
you plan on having
I don't
kids?
know. Yeah, of course.
Okay, can you have kids?
I mean, yeah, we can.
Okay.
But,
Because I'm not.
it's something that we talk about,
Okay.
but it's like I was married before and he had 2 kids, and then his baby mom had another 2 kids. So, it's like I saw how dysfunctional that was. And so for me, it's like now I'm like, all right, if we're going to have kids, we're going to do it in the way that's going to be beneficial to the child and to the kids and to, the health of the relationship, like as a family, and so that's what I'm thinking about. Like, I don't want to be dependent, and I don't want to be in a toxic situation. I don't want to be where there's a imbalance of power. I mean, it's
So I'll leave it here because I want to get to other topics.
Can I do one thing?
Women have the luxury of being like, yeah, dependent, independent. I don't know. It's one day, but I don't want to have this. A man is like, yeah, I get up, work, earn, take care of my family, take care of my kids. We don't have a choice. And that's kind of ultimately what I said at the beginning of this is like, happy Independence Day, July 4th. It's like, man, with we're not. What are we celebrating here? We got to work. Women are like, well, should I be a boss babe and make my money, or should I be a housewife and listen to Harrison Butker and be a homemaker? What should I do today? I'll get back to you. And like, well, let's renegotiate. It's like, nah, like we're just gonna continue working while you figure it out over there, ladies.
But
And
answer
that's
the
sort of
question:
joke.
what's the ideal power
It's
balance?
detrimental to society to not have one parent home taking care of the kids, though, because then other people are raising your kids, and those people are the people who
So
are pushing
I would
propaganda.
say this. Just look at history. What has got us to this point? So for 10,000 plus years, it operated a certain way. And for 15 years, it operated this way now.
And it's fucked.
And it's fucked up. So we've done there, we've been there, we've done that. It's kind of like if you don't learn from history, you're destined to repeat it. So there's a lot of people being like, yeah, I read that book. I'm good. By the way, just real quick, name the society in human history where women ran the show.
It hasn't gotten here yet.
No, just name it. Name it where women
It's coming.
were the
unfortunately,
bosses
for a lot
in
of people.
society. Just name it real quick.
No,
You can't. That's my point. So let's just keep it how it was. Respect.
Oh my God.
But let's understand
It's
history.
the truth.
Anyway, moving
McQueen.
right
It's the
along.
truth.
Thank
Don't
you.
trust.
Listen, I
just
saw
my
it on
last
Wonder
advice for you
Woman.
that you're a
Okay,
hot
the
guy.
Amazon
Don't
did a
trust
great
anything
job
that
on that
plays for
island.
4 days and
On the
don't
which one?
die.
On
We
the
are
island,
horrible.
on
Stay
Wonder Woman.
single.
Make sure you
Oh, the
keep
fake
that.
story about
Yeah,
the fake
I'm just saying.
superhero where the fake women were running the fake society.
Fiction.
That's the example?
Nonfiction.
I have like a billion other real examples I could show you, Carmen. You're not going to win this one.
No, listen, I'm not trying to win. I'm just saying. I'm
That's
just
like me
trying to be
saying.
funny.
Man, I think we're so emotional. I would not even vote for a female president. That is the craziest shit that I could. Yes, it's
Amen.
true.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
That's
well,
how crazy I will. That's how. No, we're not meant for. No,
I wouldn't-
Guys, I don't want to
I
talk
told
about
you I
this.
wouldn't
we are
I
vote
setting
totally would
up.
vote
We
for
are
a woman
setting up
president.
females for failure with this bullshit. We are setting us up for failure.
So you're not voting for Hillary Clinton or Kamala Harris.
Wait, but didn't Mexico just elect a female
and
president?
look how
Yeah.
good
If you
are they
believe she's a
voting.
female, just kidding. Let's move right along.
In this day and
Topic.
age.
So,
Let's see what happens.
newsflash, guys, breaking news.
Oh no.
The biggest celebrity in the world has just resurfaced,
Hawk Tuah.
and her name is Tuah.
Oh my God.
Mrs.
Spit on
Hawk.
that thing.
What is it, Nat?
Spit on that
Okay.
thing.
She's resurfaced, and she's denying the rumors, saying it's all fake. You know,
Scary.
she did spit on that thing, but every other story about that she was a school teacher, that she was doing all this and making money, and what happened, she got fired, all fake. It's fake news. So here she is. She landed on Barstool Podcast. This is one of Barstool's podcasts called, what's the name of the podcast? Plan B.
Yeah.
Plan B.
Plan B.
Great name, little
Uncut.
double entendre. And here's her talking about what happened after she spit on that thing.
Uh-oh.
Delete all of your social media?
Okay, so I deleted all my social media like 6 months ago due to like personal reasons. I never really got on it or anything like that.
Oh, okay.
but-
So it didn't have anything to do with this.
oh no, I was long gone before that.
Oh, so you were already gone from social
Oh,
media,
yeah.
and everyone thought that you
Oh,
deleted
yeah.
your social media because you were like scared of all of this blowing up, but you were
Yeah.
gone.
I've been gone from it.
So
Like, I
are
just
you going
did
to come
on
back?
purpose. I think we're working on that right now.
Because you have a full management team. You have a manager now.
Oh,
you have
yeah.
a shooter. She comes in with like this big ass camera. Like she's the real deal. Already, this happened like a week ago. What were you doing for your job?
Well, I have to sit up and get ready for about 30 minutes, and then I'll just go on and go get me something to eat for breakfast, and then I'll go into work. But I worked in a spring factory. I'm not a school teacher.
That was my next question because
Or a
everyone said that
bartender.
you were a teacher and got fired from your job.
No, I'm not even old enough to be a teacher.
I was gonna say because you're 21. I'm like, this is illegal. Who are you teaching?
Exactly.
So you weren't a
But-
teacher.
Or a bartender.
So
Either one.
And also, I've heard rumors that your dad is a preacher.
My father is so far from a preacher. It's crazy.
So everything
little
has just
offended.
been made up.
Oh, yeah. Like, none
Okay.
of it's true at all.
Scary.
Okay, so
This is
none of it
like
was
better
true, other than
bullshit,
she
yeah.
spit on that thing.
God.
So she wasn't a teacher. Her dad wasn't a preacher. She wasn't a bartender.
Dude,
she works
everything
at a-
on the
Just
internet's
disregard
fake,
the
I
last
swear.
So it's what
so
now?
contrived these days. It's so hard to find authenticity. It's everyone's creating like something to like get
Click
a you know
To
arousement
manipulate,
out of
manipulate
people.
for entertainment. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's why shows like this, where people come, it's so hard for people to believe that this is our real opinions because people want us to fall into this agenda of whatever they think of. That's why I have so many issues with so many people believing that I'm a conservative porn star.
Well, I don't think. I think people understand what you do.
But I am. So it's just. But this is me. Call me crazy. I take it. But like.
I know you take it, but listen. I
sure
think
do.
you know it's. But I guess ultimately my point here with Hawk
No pun
Tuah girl
intended,
is.
guys.
We talked about this last time you guys were here. Is this? Is she an asset? Is she a liability? She should seize the moment. Carpe diem. You know. I'm of the school of thought where I was like, I don't know, is this really what you want to be famous for? But I was actually thinking about it. Well, she caught lightning in a bottle. Imagine a random girl in Nashville all of a sudden becoming the most famous girl in the world for like a hot minute. She got to capitalize on this. So now she's talking
Make
about
merch.
getting her own TV show. She's making merch.
Yep.
She's got a management team. She's talking about UTA, the talent agency out there.
It's not her fault. It's the stupid people that follow her.
We're the stupid people.
Well, so we are stupid as hell. It's not her fault.
It's
The girl is
social
making
media.
money. Jesus Christ, we made famous the Kardashians and Honey Boo Boo, whatever the fuck girl name is. We made the Get Out girl, whatever many stupid people
I
come.
think you mean the Cash Me Outside
That
girl.
shit.
Have a little respect.
Like, this is what we're living in, and this is crazy to me.
So then here's the question, guys. There used to be a time, where you needed talent to succeed.
The good old
It's like, how did
days.
you make it in Hollywood? How did you make it in music? How did you make it in the scene? Oh, I paid the price. I had talent. This girl, she's like, how'd you get famous? Shit. Hawk Tuah spit on that thing. Is this a sign of, is this a good thing or bad thing for society? Because I'll give you one more school of thought. You used to have to go through so much bureaucracy to make it. I had to move to Hollywood, get an agent. I had to, Harvey Weinstein it up just to get a job. And now it's, democratization of talent, whether that's Bitcoin, whether that's Patcoin. Look at this podcast. Like, we started our own fucking podcast network. Look at us. We're one of the biggest media companies out there in the digital media space. We didn't have to rely on. So there's the good and the bad of it. Yeah?
Balance. We
What do
need
you think?
balance.
Yeah.
We don't have balance.
The good
on
outweighs
social
the bad.
media.
Tell me why.
Because before, it was very easy to shape culture, manipulate people, because there was a few select companies that were able to, make the most popular movies and TV shows and music. But now, it's really, you get some garbage that squeaks through every once in a while, but it's like really a merit-based thing where the best does naturally rise to the top. Like, it's not by accident that Rogan has the most subscribers or that PBD podcast has done so great. Like, you get the best people that rise to the top over time. So you get these quick lightning and ball moments, but, that's not a sustainable thing.
Yeah, it's not.
I think
That's why
you're
you gotta take
absolutely
it and run
right
with it.
because, what'll be the greatest test of time is longevity.
Yeah. Right.
Like, if you can capitalize on being famous for a minute, you got to take it.
yeah.
You gotta
Because
make it
in this-
last.
But anyone can do that. They're 15 minutes of fame.
Right.
But can you keep 15 years of fame?
Yeah.
Or 50 years of fame? Right.
Yeah.
What do you think she should do with it?
Oh, I don't
Open
know
on
where you can go
OnlyFans.
from here with that. I mean,
Well, give me
anyone can have a
suggestions.
comeback.
Give me
but-
suggestions of where you think she should
How
do
would
with
Kris
this.
Jenner handle the situation?
Do a sex tape.
No,
Open an
I don't
OnlyFans.
think-
What is
that's
she
what Kris
famous
Jenner
for?
would do.
Spitting on a microphone. Open a damn OnlyFans. That's it. Or like cook with me on my OnlyFans morning show. Like, who knows? Like, Jesus Christ.
But is that? But that goes to
Maybe
his
for a
point.
tobacco
Is that
commercial.
really a good thing for
It's-
society?
I
It's
wouldn't
like
wanna
It's
be
not
known
that
for
it's
women
good or
get
bad.
famous, open an OnlyFans.
It's not that it's good or bad. It's that we are asking. She's not a scientist, neither am I, and I'm famous as shit, and I dig for a living. So, like, let's just be realistic. Yes, I have a lot more to me, but I wasn't sitting over here if I wasn't a porn star. I
but-
think the same crazy. Yes, no, I was not. Because porn opened the opportunities for me for TV shows on Spanish media as the same ways that I am here. If I wouldn't be controversial and if I wouldn't be in this show as controversial as I am because I did something crazy like being a porn star, no network would have opened the door for me.
But in-
Period.
I relate
That's
to
what
that.
it is.
An important thing about the Kardashian sex tape, though, is that it's not like a very graphic, hardcore sex tape. It's like just enough for you. Like, you see very little. And
No. She did a great job with the mic. No, she did a
No,
whole
but I think
hardcore
I
sex
think
job.
no. I think if it was
mic.
more like graphic, I don't think she would have been able to be what she became. I think it was like almost like a Playboy type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think
you
she
know what I mean by that?
planned
Like,
to
it wasn't
wake up the morning
It wasn't
and say, hey, I'm
degrading.
going to go find a camera and just Hawk Tuah and like on the internet and plan to go viral. That's different than somebody who's making a decision
Yeah,
to
that's
like
true. To
put
create
out
something.
content to
So-
go viral.
Here's what I want to ask from you guys. If you're her manager, you're the management agency. Put on your little management hat. Everyone put it on. Go ahead.
Put your hat on.
And I want you to say, all right, Hawk Tuah, go. Mrs. Hawk, welcome to the meeting. Here's what I want you to do next. Okay?
Merch.
Go ahead, Maria. What is she doing next?
I'll do an info product.
What is it?
Info product.
What is that?
Info product?
Academy. I'll teach something. Yeah.
You're
How
gonna
to
teach
do
what? What are you gonna teach?
Maybe like how to go ham.
Make an ebook?
Like you, yeah, not like an
master
ebook.
How to go
class.
what?
Like ham, like crazy on social media. How to call attention.
It's kind
So
of
if you
nice,
you use it was
develop-
it was an
develop a
accident, but
product,
she
develop a
made
course.
she makes $60,000 with a hat in 3 days.
Okay, by the way, no one give the same answer, so be creative. Brandon, what would you tell her to do?
The Bachelorette Hawk Tuah style.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What?
Good
Select,
job, Brandon.
select 20 dudes who are somewhat famous who actually want to try to date her, you know, and do this traditional bachelorette thing where they're all trying to win her over.
It's actually a great idea.
And instead of the roast, you
Carmen.
spit on them.
I would do.
Would you deserve this spit?
I'd create like a gum to make you salivate more, something like that. Some
very
T-shirts,
specific product.
master classes.
Natchez and the Riches, marketing right there. Carrie Ann.
So before she did this interview, the girl who interviewed her is dating Zach Bryan, and they kicked off the show, his concert, with her Hawk Tuahing on the microphone.
Oh,
whatever.
this girl is dating Zach Bryan.
Yes.
Interesting.
So it was
And he's
kind
a
of
big,
like a
big
fun way. It got
country
the crowd
music
really
star.
excited.
Yeah.
And she could go do that. Like, I think on your podcast, someone said that DJs will like incorporate it into their techno
Yes.
songs. She could be like a guest and just do it over the microphone when
Okay.
it comes up.
Look, hey, Hawk Tuah girl, listen, we're making you money right here. Tune into this. Shay, what would you do?
I would just keep spitting on that thing. I don't know.
Just
What
keep
else do
doing
you
what you're doing.
Just keep doing it, I
Okay.
guess.
Oh, God.
Angelina.
Listen, whatever money you're making right now, girl, go and get you some property. Your 15 minutes of fame is over.
Oh. So OnlyFans, buy property.
Yes. Let's just be realistic. It's just spitting on the damn thing. What else can she do?
I don't know. I think my idea.
McQueen,
would,
what you got?
I think my idea would extend her for a good another 10 years.
Go ahead.
Which one?
With sim culture being the way it is, because I don't know if you guys heard, some dude like spent like I think like $10,000 to like get a like
Bottle
just
of
a
fart?
buck, yeah, just like
her
her to
spit.
spit inside
Oh, that too.
a damn
Unreal.
Yeah, some,
Oh
it's
my
probably
God.
more.
Sell
It's
your
probably more
spit,
money
huh?
than that, I think. And so
It's a fetish
So
thing.
with sim culture being what it is now, I think she should make a YouTube channel
People
and
sell
she should
farts.
make a show like on some Flavor Flav stuff, inviting all like maybe 10 or 20 of her simps just on the show to try and compete to date for her. You know what I'm saying? And just like it would be so funny just
would
to
watch
see
that.
them. It would be funny because you would see how much of losers these guys are.
Yeah.
They'll probably do the craziest things for her.
Yeah, but that's
and
not
it would
gonna
and
help
it,
her rep.
it would. It would. First
It
of all,
would
her
create
rep
a
is
lot of
about
money,
sucking
though.
dicks. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like she has a really good rep anyways. So
Like
it's like and second of all, and it's like people want to see people do stupid ass stuff. That's the whole reason why you watch Flavor Flav or
True.
I Love New York or things like that, because you didn't take any of these contestants seriously. You already knew they were losers anyways. So it's like, you know, if she did the same thing but on a YouTube channel, like I think that would blow her ass up.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I think it's such a dumb move that she deleted her socials.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
that's
She
She
stupid.
would.
made
If she had 100,000 million subscribers at this point,
Yeah.
whatever it is.
Facts.
Nat, let's give some advice to the Hawk Tuah girl. What's your?
I mean, I'm thinking about if this was my daughter, how would I?
No,
pivot this?
not your daughter.
Yeah, but okay.
You're her
Emotional.
manager.
Okay, but if I'm her
Don't- no,
manager,
no, but
if
don't
I'm her
deviate.
manager,
Yeah.
I'm gonna look out for her in a way of like, okay,
Right.
girlfriend, we gotta like clean it up. So I would probably tie it to a product, tie it to music, tie it to something that kind of gears her away towards what it does resemble.
You would drive her shit into the ground.
Because it just, I mean, it also depends what she wants to do. If she want to keep spitting on that thing and making money, then she can do it that way. But if she wants to say, hey, I don't want that to be my identity
Invest.
as her manager,
If
I'm
you're
just
the
gonna
manager,
decide,
She doesn't have a
and I'm going
choice
to-
because it's not about what she wants.
Everybody
it's
has
about
a choice.
No,
what the
they
world
don't.
wants from her.
It's 'cause-
Everybody has a choice.
Go ahead. What's that?
It's about what the consumer wants.
Oh,
But everybody has a choice.
My God.
Okay.
Everybody has a
No,
choice.
it-
So she has
so-
a choice
She don't
if
gotta
she wants
do
to
it.
tend
Well-
to
But it's
which
gonna get
consumer,
worse.
though.
listen.
Decide.
Before all you
She don't gotta
marketing
do it.
directors for the talent agency, you know, actually think that you're fucking doing something right now. Let me tell you why I think McQueen's idea was the best. Because if you ever saw the movie Joe Dirt, it's not about what you want; it's about the consumer. And what she's created was a consumer-driven product of people who want her to what? Spit on that thing.
Exactly. She gonna keep
So
spitting on it.
she's
Shay.
exactly. So now 2 weeks ago we did an episode called Findom and Pay Pigs.
Oh yeah, that was.
What was that about?
It was intense.
About exactly what she does. There's tons of people
Yes.
that you can sell farts in a jar. It's a huge thing. It is a huge thing. Spit is a huge thing. Use underwear, pussy lollipops. There is so many
Pussy
things.
perfume.
There's so many things you could sell for this specific market
Yeah.
that is fetish. That doesn't have to be so. Yes, but once again, I don't. Even though if she doesn't go that route. I don't think that invest, girl. That shit's gonna be over soon.
But why
Get
are you
yourself
guys? Why are you
something.
also conservative? And then you're like, yeah, keep investing into this sexual industry. Which is it?
No, it's not that I'm
Which is it? We're conservatives.
She didn't read it. She's not a priest. She's not a
We shouldn't
priest.
promote this
She's not a
bad stuff. We
mathematician.
shouldn't promote OnlyFans. Her? Yeah, let's promote her doing more sexual things. So which is it? Do you guys
No,
want her to be
all I'm
conservative?
saying
Do you guys want her
is
to-
that she did not
like,
come
which
up
is
to
it?
fame by being a scientist. She
Okay,
came
but
up
is
to
that-
fame by
is her-
spitting
but
on it.
which
What
way
the hell
is
is
it?
she
Yeah,
supposed
girl,
to
but
make
what
it
is it?
better?
Which one's better for society? Are you gearing her more
But she's-
towards a
but who
society that's
says
going to
that what
create
she's
weak
doing is
men?
better for
or are you going to gear her
society?
more to a society that's going to actually help?
This is
society?
reality,
Which is
man.
it, though?
This
Which
is the
it?
reality of her
You're
reality.
You're funding something that conservatives don't agree with.
But that doesn't mean that. But that's the reality. I wouldn't do it.
It's okay if that's the reality, but you also have to think, what do you believe in as a manager for this person?
I believe that she
and what
should
are you gonna
invest.
go into?
I believe she should invest
So
the
that's fine.
$60,000.
And then you go into the liberal side of things, where now you're promoting all these women, and it's disgusting, and I would never do this. Well, now you're pushing this girl into that direction after she
No.
made that
The
decision.
girl pushed herself. Society pushed herself in that direction. We are talking about what she can do, and I'm telling you that if I was her today's age, not coming from porn, spinning on a microphone, I would invest that money.
But you're
Now-
thinking about money, not in her world or societies.
Say what?
You're thinking about money, not in her image or what is she gonna do with the
I
influence
say
to
to invest the
society.
money that she's already
Right, but
made.
how
Into
is she gonna
society,
invest?
that
She's gonna
doesn't
get
help
money.
society.
How is she gonna get the money?
Society is already fucked.
So what? Keep fucking it?
Yeah.
No, absolutely not. McQueen.
Wait,
I have
but
to do better.
the people who are willing to pay
It's too
$10,000 for spit, though, they should be out of society. They should not
But
reproduce.
that's not how it's
why
gonna
not?
work.
No,
How are you
so-
gonna
well,
make people
no,
fight
they're
fit out
not
of
gonna
society, Brandon?
reproduce.
Yeah, good. So drain them of money, because I don't want those people that are dumb enough to pay for $10,000 for
But
spit
if
to
you
reproduce.
keep funding something, people are gonna
There's
keep
so many
finding money
millionaires
for
that
it.
you. There's
No,
so
they're
many
funding it,
millionaires that
though.
you would not
No.
gonna want.
So-
There's so many millionaires that you're not gonna want. Millionaires are the dirtiest, and millionaires are the people
They're
that
paying
are
for all
the
the spit?
freakiest. And they are the freakiest. They will buy.
You're saying all the spit money is coming from the
Listen, I
millionaires?
got NDAs.
Brandon's like, what millionaires?
Listen, she probably has a little bit more proof than you do.
Yeah, no, I'm asking.
Like I always say,
I'm being inquisitive.
spit on that thing. So real quick game. We're gonna do a quick game, quick segment right now. So there's a new game that's trending on the internet. It used to be called MFK, Marry F Kill, and now it's called Hawk Tuah.
Oh,
What?
Spit on that thing.
Oh, okay.
There's a new game that's going on right now, so we're gonna have that conversation right now.
I'm scared.
They asked the Hawk Tuah girl a list of guys if she would Hawk Tuah on that thing.
Damn.
I think we have a clip of a potential Hawk Tuah or nah, and then I want to get your guys' opinion on whether you would Hawk Tuah or nah on this thing. Go ahead.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, I'll set this one out.
Brandon, you're first. That makes me nervous.
It's not that scary, I promise. It's called Hawk Tuah or Nah. And you tell me if you want to Hawk Tuah on that thing or no.
Okay.
Donald Trump.
No, absolutely not.
No.
It's a no from me.
Okay, it's no. I have a game that I want to play
Okay.
with you guys.
So she continued to
Okay.
ask her if you would Hawk Tuah on Dave Portnoy, who's the CEO founder
Awkward.
of Barstool, and she said she didn't know who that was actually.
shit.
She said she would Hawk Tuah on Jake Paul, and for sure on Morgan Wallen. So, guys, it's a fun game.
Oh.
Hawk Tuah on that thing. Donald Trump, yes or no? And if not, who you'd pick instead? Angelina?
No, I don't. He's not pleasing to the look.
Okay.
He's not. Who I will pick on the government?
Anyone.
I mean, I'll any of you instead of Donald Trump.
But who would, if you had one pick to Hawk Tuah on that thing, who would it be?
Wild.
One pick. Guys, it's a fun game.
It's president-wise.
No, anyone.
No, but we're talking about Donald Trump, so I want to pick somebody in the same level.
Angelina, you can pick anyone you want.
KFC. I mean, John F. Kennedy. KFC.
KFC chicken?
No, I was hungry. I'm sorry. John F. Kennedy. Kennedy. John F. Kennedy. I think he was hot.
This is just a different way of saying who's your celebrity crush, but she's thinking about fucking KFC.
I'm hungry. I'm
She has her husband.
Shay, Hawk Tuah or nah?
JFK is what I went to say.
Who's your number one pick, number one draft pick?
My future babe.
Who's that?
We don't know yet.
No, we got. Who's it gonna be? Like, who's your celebrity crush? Is what I'm asking.
I don't be liking celebrities for real. I like the normal Joes.
Describe your ideal Hawk Tuah or nah. He's tall, he's short, he's black, he's white, he's this, he's that, he's this. He makes like, paint the picture for me.
Damn.
Shay, dream with me, baby. If you don't even know what you're looking for, then how about
Dream. I don't know.
Shay, you don't know what you're into?
I don't discriminate, so.
Shay, you'll take a short, fat, broke guy?
Okay, wait, whoa.
So,
Okay, well, he definitely ain't gonna be fat. It's not gonna be fat. I'm sorry. Sorry, big guys. Good for cuddling,
Somebody
but
famous that you like. Like you sleep with them. We all have one.
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
I think
Stop
she was
lying.
married.
We all do.
Shay, we're gonna come back to you.
Are you
It's shocking that you don't have a celebrity crush. Maria,
No, Donald Trump. No, Hawk to my man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. See?
Good
But
answer.
he's not here.
Are you married?
I'm married, yes.
Why don't you say you're man?
Because I already had Tuah to him.
So keep doing it, girl.
This
You're
is-
married.
And I will keep doing it. I'm not
Yeah.
sleeping with Jay.
Where's your
okay?
man?
Fantasy.
Because
Maria, where's your
he's
man?
freaking, you know.
What's up, buddy? Carmen? Hawk Tuah or not on Donald Trump?
Definitely no. Maybe if I was like in my 20s and I needed money, but no. Absolutely not. He's not my type. I don't have a celebrity crush, honestly. Any celebrity that I've ever had a crush on, I already have like an experience with.
What?
So
Period.
We any
yeah.
celebrity?
like any celebrity that I've ever had a crush on, I've already had an experience with. Whether that's not to say that it's like sexual, but an experience. Sometimes you
definitely
have a
sexual.
crush on someone and you're like, nah, you're not even all that when you meet
Carmen,
them.
you're
So-
saying
Sexual.
anyone you've had a celebrity crush on, you've had
an
experience
experience with, yeah.
with? What
Yeah.
does that mean?
It just means I had an experience. Like I met them and maybe I wasn't into them anymore, or I might have dated them or whatever. It changes when you meet people.
Happens often.
But
to
I'm
meet
in
people
a very happy relationship right now, so I'll Hawk Tuah on my man.
Okay.
Yes.
Good for you. We'll follow up on those experiences.
No, we won't.
Carrie Ann.
We're not.
Carrie Ann, Hawk Tuah or not, Donald Trump.
I will only be Hawk Tuahing on my man.
That's right.
Yes.
And Jake, just I can validate that she's behaving. Nat, who's your Hawk Tuah or Trump crush?
My future husband.
Exactly. Right.
I wish
What am I gonna go say? Name some random celebrity
You don't have
that
a
I'm
ce-
gonna go get down on for what? Like no.
Well,
Why are
unless
we
you're
crushing
fucking
on
Carmen, you're not going to
celebrities?
meet this person, so
I'm
just
good.
dream.
A
never
dream.
know.
Okay. My husband.
Exactly.
Okay, do you think I'm actually the type of person that's just going to let you say some arbitrary bullshit and be like,
yeah.
good answer, next? Say a real fucking answer.
I don't have a person. I
That
don't have
is
a celebrity
if
that
we-
I think about doing that to. Like
Yeah.
that's not
So describe your ideal husband.
okay. He's not too tall, but tall. He's got light eyes. He's got strong family values, and we have a great relationship. Funny, and yeah, we'll start with those.
See?
Sure.
Not bad. Shay,
He was a
since you dumped your short, fat, broke boyfriend,
Okay.
who's
So
up
now,
next?
at least 2 inches taller than me, at least, because I dated short guys before. There's nothing wrong with them. You know.
And you're pretty tall.
Mm-hmm.
How tall are you?
5'9",
Yeah,
Wow.
she's tall.
a little bit.
I'm small, so it's okay.
Okay.
But yeah, he'll be
Do you prefer black guys, white guys, Latino guys, mixed? You got that good, like, caramel skin, like McQueen over
I
here,
mean,
light
I
skin?
dipped in different pots before, so like, I don't discriminate. If he fine, he gonna be mine.
There you go.
I've also, if you find it, can be, I've also, girls,
fine, he
validate
mine.
this for me. I think a lot of girls don't necessarily have a type.
Yes.
Yes or no?
That's
I
true.
agree.
Yeah.
It's
You-
correct.
Yes?
It's true.
Like
Yeah.
physical or like
As long as they're tall and they have money.
You might have something you
I
attracted
don't
to.
like tall guys. Too tall, it makes me like a little uncomfortable. I'm like, hey.
Like he
I
might.
mean,
be
we don't need
down.
fucking Patrick Ewing dunking on you, but we get it. Okay, Brandon,
What's up?
Hawk Tuah or no? Donald Trump? No, I'm just kidding.
Stop.
Who's your ideal type? What's your ideal type?
So remember the first Transformers movie? How Megan Fox looked in that one?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
like definitely like that. So
Okay, so let me read this. So realistically, who do you think you can?
good
Yeah, I
one.
remember the hottest girl in the world when she was 20 years
All
old.
right,
Yeah,
so
her.
blue eyes, tan skin, black hair.
Okay,
Pre-Botox.
that's your thing.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
you know, hourglass shaped, of course.
By the way, hey, before I move on to McQueen,
I
Alejandra,
was just thinking about her.
who's you're gonna Hawk Tuah on Donald Trump, or what you gonna
No
do?
way.
Who's your ideal man?
Ashton Kutcher.
Oh.
Sure.
Wow.
All right.
How amazing would it be if
Sweet
like he just came in the room, he just punked everyone right now. And every celebrity crush I've met, I've had experience with. I mean, that's just every one of them. Okay,
they've been a
McQueen.
turn-off.
By the way, this guy pickup artist. Kids, you want to learn about Riz? This guy just rolls up on women left and right. What's up, bitch?
Oh, you guys.
Trying to ride with me.
What's your ideal type?
I mean, I just like Latina women, bro. I just
The
like
Latinas.
Yeah.
Any specific? Because they're different.
Yeah.
The Venezuelans are different than the Colombians and the
No,
Puerto
we are
Ricans.
similar.
According to Adam.
She got mad at
No,
me.
you guys are similar in the sense that you're all psychotic.
Yes, we are.
But at the same time,
It's called flavor.
I don't know.
Sprinkle.
I'm from LA, so like all we have is Mexicans over there. So when I moved over here and I seen Dominicans, Cubans, Colombians, Venezuelans,
going
all
crazy.
that shit was crazy to me. I was like, what the fuck? So I just like them all, honestly. Yeah, I like Latino women.
We are not crazy.
You guys are crazy.
No, we're not.
You are.
It's flavor.
Not all of us.
We'll say flavor.
No, you're psychotic,
A little
actually.
spicy. It's spicy.
It's passion. It's
We are not the norm. We are different. We are passionate. You know.
And you're crazy.
Yeah.
We get it. But then again, I don't know too many women that are just totally rational and normal.
No, I don't either. But I think
Yeah.
Latinas are just on a different level.
Why?
Well, they're spicy.
Why?
I don't know. Tell me why. Why
probably
are
like that. You're the one who says that.
It's the hot sauce. though.
It's probably
that's
the
what it is.
accent.
That's it.
It's the what?
It's the hot sauce.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Too much
spicy.
sauce. All right. Anyway, guys, I learned something recently. I'm going to give you my type. We talked about Matt Sapali yesterday. They said in the Proverbs, what was it? Proverbs 31, a woman of noble character.
Yes.
Interesting.
I saw you
Because they
taking
said to me
notes.
the other day, they said, by the way, the girl that you're dating that might be the mother of your children, just so you know, that the way that she acts, your daughter will mostly act like.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, shit. I do not want my daughter acting like this girl.
He went home. He said, "Hey, we can't talk
like,
anymore. We can't
we
talk
gotta-
anymore."
But I think it's important to know your type. You know, whether you're going to Hawk Tuah or not on them, that's a whole different thing. But Shay, I'm glad that we at least
Help me
discovered.
find my type.
All right.
I ain't
Well,
got
you didn't
no
have a type until I pressed you
That's
on
what I'm
it.
saying. So now I need one, I guess.
You
to
have
help
to
me
try
find
a
one.
lot until you see.
Well,
which
I
one
learned
you
another
like
thing
most.
today, Shane. If he's fine, she's mine.
Yeah.
So there it is. Hawk Tuah on that thing.
Talking about X.
We got about a half hour left. And
Rapid fire.
we were having the conversation a second ago about Hawk Tuah girl, and Nat was pressing you about how can you be a sex worker and conservative? Which one is it, bro? And you were defending that position.
Yeah.
And Nat was, and these are the types of debates I want. Now, you know how they say you need Jesus in your life. You need Jesus in
I
your
love
life.
Jesus.
We all
You know
do.
about that? What?
I love Jesus.
You love Jesus.
I do.
He's a very lovable guy. Here's what I want to understand. There's a lady, by the way, when's the last time that you took a selfie? Any one of you. When's the last time you took a selfie?
I could probably look at my camera.
In the green room.
Rarely.
Rarely?
Yeah.
Yesterday,
Carmen?
probably
Yesterday?
I stopped taking
Just now.
selfies.
In the okay, back there?
Same thing back
Back there?
About 20 today. I had to update my OnlyFans.
20 today. And because you had to update your OnlyFans. Nat, when's the last time you took a selfie?
Oh,
Oh.
a while. It's been a
Okay.
while. I'll take like selfie videos with
McQu-
us, but
When's the last time you took a selfie?
I don't know.
no, you'd be taking your little stance post. Look at
That's
the
not a
stance.
selfie, though.
That's not a
That's
selfie.
kind of a selfie.
Oh,
It's
you're
a
talking about when
video.
it's.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's
So I
not
didn't
a
take one
selfie.
then.
Okay.
Yeah.
So selfie culture, selfishness, selfie. I don't know what's going on here, but there's a Christian conservative woman, brace for impact, ladies, Angelina, who's calling out you selfie ladies out there to say that you need Jesus in your life. Go ahead, play this video.
The audio at the corner.
No, this isn't it. This isn't it. This isn't it. This isn't it.
Which one?
Alejandra, communicate with me.
Yes. So it's not this one?
It's not that one.
I can imagine what she might be saying.
It's not that one. Nope.
I don't think that she's a Christian.
Yep, there's that one right there.
The corner.
Go ahead.
Okay, here we go.
So
I
this
looking
is
like a
her
Christian.
saying selfie culture is
Anti-Jesus.
Luciferian.
Yes. This is her saying selfie culture is toxic and you need Jesus in your life. Go ahead.
Let's see.
Just before you scroll.
I asked an interesting question the other day.
I
I was asked, why is it that you don't ever post selfies of just yourself on Facebook? It's always of you and your kid, of all three of you together, or you and your husband. Why don't you ever just post one by yourself? My answer was plain and simple. That if I posted a selfie of just me, all it would take is for one man to comment on it or to send me a message that said, hey, you look pretty today. And I believe without a shadow of a doubt that a family that is built on strong Christian principles and has a strong relationship with the Lord is the devil's greatest threat.
Amen.
So as soon as that one comment or that one message is sent, there's the devil's foothold. Mind you, my husband works 14 days at a time out of town. So if I go looking for attention in the wrong places and then I start receiving it, it's going to feel pretty good because sin feels good.
Yep.
Temptation looks awesome. But at the end of the day, I have everything I need right here at home. If I need attention or if I need somebody to tell me I look pretty, I'm going to send that selfie to my husband.
God bless
So
you.
married Christian women, seek that attention from your husband, not the internet.
Okay, thank you.
Ashley
So
makes a selfie
is she
video.
right or wrong?
She's 100% right.
So
She's
listen,
right?
I respect it.
Explain why, McQueen.
Because it's only a matter of time. Women thrive off of attention. So it's only a matter of time before they get so much attention that they might start thinking, you know what? This guy might be a little bit better than my guy. You
That's
know what I'm saying?
immature. That's immature. That's immaturity.
It is true.
No.
But it's true,
That's
though.
immaturity.
It's immature. You're right. But it's true. You know what I'm saying? For most women, it is true. That's why men don't want their women going to clubs around a bunch of drunk men, because the right man might say it only takes the right man.
He might be smooth
You know
enough.
what I'm saying? To get in and to get in her head, even if it's not right then and there.
Then that woman
You know what I'm
wasn't
saying?
yours to begin
Yeah,
with.
then that's a weak
But that's my
woman.
point, though. But see, she just said right now that sin feels good. I haven't actually heard a woman explain it like that so perfectly. She said that it feels good. Sin feels good, and that's the devil's foothold by even getting, attention at all, because it's going to take only a certain amount of time before it starts to feel so good that I might start considering dating somebody else.
No.
You know what I'm saying? That's how it is.
Yeah.
She just said that, and it's the truth.
Listen, I've never considered, and I'm pretty sure that none of these girls consider dating any of the guys that give thousands of likes to a picture of anybody in bikini. Like, we don't really think like that. I understand the
not
whole
true.
club thing.
That's not true.
If you are a secure woman and you have a...
How many of those are there?
There is a lot of
No,
them.
there is
There's
not.
a lot of marriages where the people are secure. But I don't think that is, I respect her. Like, this is the thing. Why do we have to say if she's wrong or she's bad or she's not? Like, I respect, that's how she feels that she is being faithful, that it's great for her.
That's how you feel. That's the truth.
That's how no, that's not the truth. Because you could give a like to me and I'm not going to fuck you.
But you're
just
not-
because you gave me a like.
But
no.
you're not representative of most women, though.
But she's not either.
Yes, she is.
No, she's not. She's not representative.
No,
of
she's
the
not.
ladies
She's
over
not.
here.
She's not representative of most women. She's representative.
neither am I.
But I'm saying she's representative of what it should be like.
No, but it
average
should be for you back in the days. She shouldn't even have social media to put her kids to begin with, because she is doing something very sinful, which is showing her kids to a bunch of pedophiles. And if she knew how the hell that will work on social media, she wouldn't be showing her kids. So let's just, if you're going to attack the thing, let's attack the whole damn thing.
That part.
That's what she just said, essentially, though.
Then she should have, then she's being hypocritical.
Yeah, because she's
How?
still saying she
How
posted
is
with
she
her
being
family.
hypocritical?
Because she's still putting her kids on social media. And if we're going to go for sin, and if we're going to go how good or bad it is, she's choosing what she wants to put, how she wants to feel. Because of what she thinks that people are going, that says most on her, that she doesn't have control because she's lonely and she wants a Robin. But I could have a whole goddamn year and I could put a vacation on social media, and I do not have to let sin in my relationship if I don't want to.
But didn't she just
Period.
do this video that's like just her and
It's a selfie video, and she's getting attention for it.
So she's being hypocritical.
Yeah, I was gonna say
a little
that
bit.
too.
So
ain't wanna say
I want to hone in on the point here because you're very interesting because you're like a porn star who's a conservative. So it's like
I'm like,
I know it's great.
it's happening right now. But and by the way, I've met a few sort of red-pilled porn stars, so it's interesting because at least they respect men because they're like, yeah, kind of work
love
for
them.
you guys. But what's your point ultimately, McQueen?
My point is that her point is, yes, I get what you're trying to say, is that like it is kind of hypocritical in the sense that she's talking about not posting selfies, but she's taking a selfie video. I get that, but I think her whole point was that for this one time, she's trying to make a point that like women shouldn't be showing themselves or posting pictures on the internet because you are essentially marketing yourself for attention. That is what it is. That's what every single woman knows what it is, whether you agree to it or not. It is the truth. If you don't want any attention from men, you're not going to wear a certain thing out in public. You're not going to go to the gym wearing a certain outfit. You're not going to post a certain selfie. You're not going to post yourself showing your ass. You're just not going to do it unless you want attention. So it's like she's saying, if you really respect your man and you only want attention from him, you shouldn't be posting yourself.
Why should I not wear? Why should I not wear to get
point.
attention? Why should I not wear to get attention?
So does that mean not having Instagram or like social medias?
I mean, if you do have Instagram, she was. It's like saying like what she's saying is like if you have one, don't post yourself like.
But it's also weakness and immaturity mixed in there too.
So
Because I post selfies and I don't care who likes it. It's a business for me, so it's just different.
Okay, but that's a business thing too. So let me just throw some stuff in here for you to do this. So I would argue that any girl on social media is automatically 2 points hotter on social media than she is in real life. What? How could I say such a thing? Let me give you some evidence. So if you're a 6, whatever a 6 looks like, and I'm not here to play the are you the 1 through 10 game, I'm not doing that. You're a 6. You're going to post, number 1, your best picture. You know you're going to put some sort of Facetune filter on that thing. And you're home alone, and all of a sudden, you're an 8 online, let's just say, and all of a sudden, the likes, the validation, the attention, so you're so fucking hot. Oh my God, have my baby. Oh, you know all that. All that stuff comes in. So that girl, who's just a normal girl, she's 6, all of a sudden, she's like,
feeling herself.
badass. So now when a normal dude who's a 6, a normal guy shows up, she's like, what? No, you get... Because women, as we always say, women want your meat, your money, your energy, your attention, and your time. And they're getting all that on social media, and they're getting the validation as well. So, by the way, when I post I don't think I've ever like posted a selfie. Like, no, like I'll post a video like this video right now, right? I've seen a million of your videos, you too as well. Guys don't do that. So we're not getting like the, you're so fucking hot, bro, dude. Can I have, like, we don't get that. You know, I get, you're a fucking loser, bro. But I'm like, yeah, thanks, dude. Appreciate that. So, but women get that attention and that validation, and you get sort of like an inflated ego and this sense of self. So, like, you tell me, McQueen, how hot is it when you meet a girl and she's just normal, super attractive? Maybe she doesn't realize how attractive she is. And then you see her Instagram and she has like 500 followers and she's on private.
Yeah.
And no pictures.
And it's like a picture of her like looking at the beach with like fully clothed, you know what I'm saying, or some shit like that. But like that shit is super attractive. One time when a girl recently told me that she doesn't even have Instagram, she doesn't have any social media at all, and she was, oh my gosh, she was so bad.
It must have blew your mind.
My grandma doesn't have one either. You should date her.
Nobody's trying to bring your grandma.
Yeah, she was so fun. Like I saw her in the gym and I talked to her, and she was so fat ass, like just beautiful, amazing,
So
right?
what happened?
But I got her phone number because I asked for her Instagram,
Yeah.
and she was like, I don't have any social media, and I was
Okay.
like, you don't? Because I'm looking at her, I'm like, most girls who look like her do.
Do, right.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
what was
And
her reason?
because it's like she doesn't want any distractions. She's focused on her work.
What's her work?
Like she just works at some like Walmart fucking like not Walmart itself, but like the corporation thing, like where like it's like it's like some type of corporation, but she's only working there part time because she's going to school and she wants to do something with her career.
How old is she?
25.
She's a unicorn.
So then what happened to her? What did you guys like date?
It didn't end up working out just because, you know,
You have social media.
No, it wasn't even that. It just one of those things that just didn't end up playing out. Like we went on a date and shit, but I found out some shit that it still kind of was like.
So let me ask you a question.
So even if they got no social media, they'll still do some.
I think it's also a little suspicion people have no social media because what happens is you have social media. I can at least get a brief overview of like who you are without like taking my time and spending my money, take you on a date. And I'm like, this bitch is crazy.
Something.
You could
there's a different.
There's a way to set your page up for it to be attractive for somebody to go on there.
I'm gonna just say it like this: she was using the whole I don't have any social media thing to market herself as she's like this innocent girl, but really she was. I found out some shit that was like
devil in a dress.
You are not innocent at all.
That doesn't exist. Social media.
I think
We're in 2024.
What are you gonna say?
I think it depends on the situation. So for a year, I had one post on Instagram,
Yeah.
and it was a clip from my girlfriend's TV show to help promote it. and every picture that I have after is like a selfie, whatever it might be, has been like my boyfriend's like, you got to post more. You have to post this. He takes the pictures of me. He's like, Carrie, you have a YouTube channel, because I'm all about videos. You can't alter YouTube videos.
Right.
Yeah.
But Instagram, I think, is so fake, and I just didn't want to be a part of it.
Right.
He's like, you have to do this to
Yeah.
keep going with your brand. So I don't know. I think that it depends on the situation. Just
Last
'cause you're
question.
posting things doesn't mean you're
who
looking for attention.
has social media changed women more or men more in the last 10 years?
Women.
Women? Women?
They have empowered women to a fake reality, and they have gave little penis guys control over saying shit that they would not have the guts to say it on my face.
That's true. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
right.
So have they, women or men?
Women for sure.
Women?
Women.
I think women.
Women.
Yeah, women.
So no one here thinks that
Men get.
I think it
That-
revved up the men's like, oh, me too. You know, like
I think
they-
men's
brought people
dirty
closer.
laundry's
men
been
are like
aired more.
yes,
Okay.
but I think women capitalized on it more.
well, depends on
Because
how
you guys are
mean
the
I would
capitalize.
say-
men are the consumers.
Yeah, I work a lot with social media. Like, I teach people how to monetize social media.
Yeah.
And for me to make a woman without showing her body,
Yeah.
like I teach you how to make money without doing OnlyFans.
Yeah.
You can make a lot of money, way more money, being a woman or having a faceless account than a man.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
easier for you to go viral as a woman than a man.
Great point.
Like
Let me ask you guys another
block
question.
pages.
What's easier to do? A woman to get 1 million followers on Instagram or a man?
A woman.
woman.
Oh, woman.
Really?
Woman.
Why is that?
Because it's all about the looks. People don't follow because of the content. People don't listen to half of the stuff anybody puts. I mean, in order for me to talk about something serious, I have to come out in a bikini in order for you to get to grab the attention.
Short
I'm gonna
attention
talk to
span.
you about what I want to talk about. It's the truth.
I mean, men
Gotcha.
follow women, but women also follow other women.
Exactly,
Follow
exactly.
many
No,
men.
we don't. I don't
Same.
follow
Actually,
one
great
man.
point, 'cause
I don't
I
follow
do
anybody,
follow
but
other
like
women
I
as well.
follow
So,
a lot of women.
The
Yeah.
thing that I'll say to that, you ever heard of fast money comes slow problems?
Yes.
You get all this attention, you get all this fame, you get all this clout, you get all these followers, and all you did was show your ass. Fast money is going to lead to some slow problems with some of these women, but the truth will prevail in the end. We'll see what happens.
But you can show your ass on social media and then look at you to see how you invest that money. So there you go. It's a win-win.
I will continue to remind you, you are a conservative porn star, so be careful with the advice. But I love you, Angelina. So
All I'm saying is like people need to learn and people need to see, and we in a
I'm not
fast
here to
track.
ever shame you. I'm just saying I'm gonna let the people know who you are.
I am, and Google me if you don't know. So you know, it's all about.
Okay,
It's all
guys,
about
we have 2 more stories. Here's what I want to do. There's a thing out there called the ick.
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
You ever got this ick? All right.
I've got ick bad.
And women, I guess, specialize in this ick. Like, I remember this one story, this girl was like, oh, this guy, he was so hot. He was so nice. He was so cool. He was wealthy. And he had brown shoes on. And he was like, I ended the date right there. I was like, what was wrong with him? He had a black belt. I was like, was he fucking taking karate? No. And I was like, oh, wow, girls are that fickle? Yeah. Okay.
Fickle like a pickle.
So what I want to understand is like what your guys' ick is. By the way, if you don't understand what the ick is, here's a video to basically inform you about this ick. Go ahead.
Ick when it comes to dating.
Ooh, I don't like it when they spit. I don't like
Okay,
that.
Hawk Tuah.
Goes through his entire camera roll. Oh my god. It is not flirting. I've seen your dog with its tongue out. Doesn't get cuter.
When a guy smokes cigarettes, I usually try to kiss on a first date. It shows that they're not serious, and that's an ick for me.
Maybe just when you're trying to have an intimate moment or a connective moment and they go on their phone, I think that's a big turnoff.
Or when they think they're smarter than you. Like off the bat, like you don't know. You don't know. I'm playing. I could be playing
Brandon,
dumb.
that's you right there, bro.
I play it dumb.
I had a guy like pretty much tell the waiter I was done eating when I wasn't done, and it gave me
don't touch your food.
One time I went on a Tinder date and I went back to this guy's house and he was like a grown man. He was like in his mid-20s making fine money, you know, and literally had a twin bed. Broken. It was broken. I was like, yeah.
I mean, that one makes sense.
What is your big...
Okay.
That one makes
So
sense.
ladies, I want to know real quick, come up with it now because if I call on you, I want it ready. What is your biggest ick?
Bad
Maria,
hygiene.
what is your biggest ick?
If he looks gross, like his nails, his hair,
Say
like
bad hygiene. That's
Just dirty.
hygiene, yeah,
So you don't like
dirty.
the grunge look from the 90s?
Stink.
That's not your thing.
I like a beard.
Carmen, what's your biggest ick?
Gosh, I haven't thought of an ick in a long time because I'm in a very happy relationship. But I would have to say, like, if you smell bad or if you use the wrong cologne, like if it's just like it's a turn off. Like I'm a very smell sensitive person, and if you have like, I guess any issues with like just that are dumb and stupid, like with, you know what I mean? Like you need to be smart. You need to be smart, especially if you have
stupid, smelly.
Stupid and smelly. It
guys.
doesn't work for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, see, there's a problem right there. You might think you're showing up with your favorite cologne, and then she's like, out. Fucking Cool Water from the 90s? Fuck out of here. Ick.
Favorite.
How about you?
Someone who doesn't treat wait staff with respect.
Oh, does that happen often?
I've never had it happen when I'm there, but I've
So
seen
that's
other
not
people
really
do
your
it.
ick.
I've never
Oh,
dated
gotcha.
someone who did that, but other people I'm
You
around
said
have
waits
done it.
with respect? Like they don't put them back? Is that what you said?
No.
Waiting
Wait,
staff.
like,
staff.
Oh, waiter. Oh,
respect.
okay.
Like if they talk down to
Okay.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, Brandon, what's your biggest ick when you're going on all these dates out there?
Definitely when girls try to act like bossy or try to be like assertive with like, oh yeah, like blah blah blah, like you have to be this way or you have to be that way. I'm like all right,
That's my biggest
relax.
one too. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Okay, what's yours, McQueen?
It's the same shit as him. When they try to come in with all this damn aggressiveness, I make all this money. I'm just boss bitch. Whoop de whoop. Like that shit is the biggest turn off.
Yeah. It's like sell down, sweetheart.
Yeah. I'm here now.
Relax. Sheriff's in town. Captain McQueen. Shay, what's your biggest ick?
Grooming. Like
Grooming, huh?
Yeah, like so like overall hygiene, like you guys spoke on, but like not caring how you look is an ick for me. I don't know how to put that into perspective, but like let's say we go on a date and like you just like, okay, the date is movies first, and then like mini putting, what they call it, the mini golfing.
Yeah, mini golf.
afterwards. Yeah, and you just show up in like Nike slides, fucking socks, sweatpants,
So like bad
big
style,
at, like
kind of.
just not caring how you even putting it together, but you know we're going on a date. Like that's an ick for me.
Okay. Angelina.
I'm gonna keep it PG. I'm gonna keep it PG.
PG-13.
I want to hear her.
PG-13.
Okay. My main thing is the grooming and the whole cleanliness and personal. A guy that is not comfortable with who he is and just trying to hide it. And the other one is uncut.
Uncut.
You're funny.
Gotcha.
Interesting.
Circumcision.
That's an ick for you.
Okay.
You're done.
You're not a fan of the Hooded Knights. Okay.
You don't like it natural?
Oh, I get what you're saying.
You know it's bad when a porn star ain't trying to play that game. Okay. But let's keep it PG-13.
The ones
Nat,
that don't know.
I did this segment for you because you're getting icked out by a lot of things these days.
Yes. I think, well, hygiene is obviously, I said that one earlier, but I think like too forward men, like for like guys who are very like touchy or like trying to kiss you and like, oh baby, and like touch you. I don't like that.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
over
not
me.
like that. I'm like, relax, like pretend like you know how to handle a woman, like be patient.
Thirsty.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
thirsty. Like,
Yeah.
oh baby, like come, like I'm not your baby. You don't pay
You
my
don't like
bills.
the, hey ma,
Not your mama.
That's my line.
Not your mama. Not your baby. Like
Yeah.
those two things, I'm not a.
I hear you. Okay, cool.
Are you gonna give one?
My biggest ick?
Yes.
My biggest ick is all these girls are trying to have like sex on the first date. Oh my God. Can I just be myself for a minute? Let me think of one. Alejandro, what's your biggest ick?
When they are always showing off what they have, they're always talking, I have this and I
Yes,
have this. I'm
boasting.
like,
Good
okay,
one.
it's enough.
Yeah, there's a way to do that. You don't just be like, I have a Maserati. You're like, yeah, I don't know.
I gotta go.
I gotta
Here's my
go.
car,
I don't
let
know.
me
Can I
get
get my
it.
car? And then you have the valet pull it up, and you're like, oh, hey, sorry, but I don't know. My biggest ick, honestly.
Yeah, give your.
You meet a hot, nice, gorgeous girl, and you're like, you know what, this girl, I don't know. And then you learn that she's on OnlyFans. And it's like the whole world just saw what I thought was just mine. And I think a lot of men are dealing with that these days.
That's true.
Yeah,
Where
sure.
it's like, yo, she's hot, she's cool, she's this, she's that. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Not her butthole.
Not her butthole.
No,
oh my
just-
God. I think
I'm
you
just
can have
saying.
OnlyFans without showing your butthole.
You can.
You can.
But you know what? Yes,
The
you
only
can.
you don't make money. What's on there?
Yes, you can.
You can.
But
you can.
in a guy's mind, you could show your pinky toe on OnlyFans. It's like she does OnlyFans.
It's the
She's
fact
done.
that she has
The OnlyFans is
I'm
already
just saying, like the
status.
concept is sort of a turn
It's got
off
such a bad stigma
for men.
now.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Because as guys, I've been very open about this. I've definitely dated OnlyFans girls.
Yeah.
But she ain't meet my mom.
Yeah. Hell no.
So that's the problem that some people, like Angelina, you're my homegirl. I'm not thinking you'll home to my mama.
Imagine me walking with my husband in your mama house.
Oh my God.
I'm scared.
This sounds like a porno that I don't want to be a part of. But anybody, you know, these are your non-negotiables. So just understand what the ick will do for you. Sorry, Mom. So I want to understand this thing right now. What is it? Okay, we got to get going in a second. Okay. Let's do this one. Okay. So we talked about putting out on the first date. Right? We talked about that a second ago. This is my ick. But the ladies, just stop. So my question is, who is more likely to put out on a first date? A Republican or a Democrat?
A Democrat.
Okay. So
I've been
guys,
hanging out with them Dems though.
red, use your signs. Red if you think it's a Democrat. Sorry, red if it's a Republican. Let's just stay in line. And green if it's Democrat. Sorry, red, Republican, like always. Green, Democrat. Who's more likely to put out on the first date? Go ahead, hold them up high.
I really don't
Come
know.
on, you can.
So
do
we
it.
got
You can do it. It's definitely red.
Republican,
Come on,
Democrat, Republican.
Wait, I said
Democrat,
I said
Republican,
Democrat.
Republican.
Yeah, but she
Okay,
stayed
gotcha.
Republican.
You got to go to the article.
How would you?
It's
Alejandra.
definitely red.
Keep going.
Well, one of them strongly
So-
advocates for abortion.
So by the way, hold on, Alejandra. So,
Well, that's why I put my answer.
yeah,
Ali,
same.
show that article, by the way, if you can. So here's the politics of dating survey. Here's how Democrats and Republicans view sex. So by the way, drum roll, please. The survey reveals the following. If you scroll down, 65%
Yes, we won.
of Trump supporters expect sex on the first date. Two
Yes.
out of three
Really?
Trump
And
reporters
there's an explanation
are
for that.
expecting sex on the first date.
Why?
By the way, only 58% of Biden supporters. So you're talking about getting blue balls with the Democrats. Go vote blue no matter who. But here's some interesting stats for you. Expect sex on the first date. It's more likely to be Republican than Democrats. Use protection during sex. More likely to be Democrat. A little bit more. Have a one-night stand. It's pretty even, but you're more likely to be Democrat. Dating within your party, both very high. That's the highest score, which I want to discuss. 87% of Democrats, 84% of Republicans. Here's it. Would you date a member of the opposing party? Only 5% of Democrats and 8% of Republicans. So I said this all the time. What is more unlikely to date these days? Someone with a different race, someone of a different religion, or someone with a different political affiliation?
Political
We've had
affiliation.
Today, political.
I agree.
Today?
Political affiliation, yes.
I've seen black date white. I've seen Jew date Christian. I've seen Buddhist date Muslim. Show me a hardcore MAGA and a vagina hat wearing feminist walk down the aisle. Go ahead and show me that.
No, it doesn't happen.
I couldn't imagine
It's
that.
impossible. It's
Why do you think it is,
impossible.
Brandon?
Because they're two different like species.
Well, technically, they're both human.
I
so
know,
they're
but
not.
figuratively, like
Yes.
they're fundamentally disagree on everything and are wired differently. And the media is wired in a way where it's pushing both those people in those directions every day. So no matter what they talk about, they're going to fight and disagree on. And it's not. It's like almost. It's a spiritual thing too, because you have a fundamental different view of how the world should be if you're on one side or the other.
I agree.
What are you going to say, McQueen?
I agree. I agree. It would just cause a lot of arguments. Because I think without me even realizing, I was talking to a liberal the moment I got on the date with her.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, this is just not going to work. This is not going to work at all. Because
Can you film your dates? I would love to see.
Yeah,
You come with the girls and
He
you
does.
pick up.
I got up and I walked away like my last one. That was the first time I've ever done that.
Really?
I got up and I said I pulled like what girls usually do. Like, I'm going to use the bathroom and then they
canceled
leave.
yourself.
I left.
You just did that to her? Why? She was too liberal?
It was just like you could already tell just about how she carried herself. She was super combative and super like, just like argumentative and wanted to like be right about everything and wanted to have a point about every conversation. Like, just shut up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I literally just picked her up too. I just picked her up. And she's already just talking too damn much. I'm like, oh no.
But
There's no way I'm about to, huh?
Didn't you sense that though when you kind of met her?
No, because you know what?
Was she the one with no Instagram?
Yeah. No, it wasn't her. It wasn't her. No, it wasn't her.
Okay.
But no, I just was like, you know what? She'll be fine. She'll find a little $5
So you didn't sense that when you approached her that she was combative or like out there?
No, not at all. I think some girls nowadays, especially when they see your Instagram, or if you're somebody and they see your Instagram, I think they try to hold it together until they get you on the date.
Those other stats.
That's what I've noticed.
I can see that.
Yeah.
That's your first impression.
Yeah, exactly.
So. Yeah.
So, and then when they get on the date, it comes
Let
out.
loose.
And then it's like,
I'm
nah.
gonna fuck you
Yeah,
up.
and you know what I've been noticing a lot lately too with women is they'll see the way I think with my videos and the way I carry myself.
Oh, yeah.
And they'll try and challenge me on the date with it and see if I'm actually that.
I believe that.
You know what I'm saying?
And
then I'm like, what the fuck? See, and I don't even go back and forth with it. I'm like, I will show you right now with my actions that I'm really.
Okay, so let me ask
You know
the
what I'm saying?
ladies a question and we'll wrap up. Politically speaking, what is a deal breaker for you? Politically speaking, right? Carmen, you want to go first? I know you're getting
Sure.
choked up right now.
No, it's cold in here. Gosh, I think anyone that's like way extreme, like you can have your beliefs and I'll respect you. I mean, even in my own relationship, like we have very different ideals. But just don't, be a jerk. Don't be an asshole.
On either side.
Yeah.
Okay. Brandon, what's a deal breaker for you?
If you fail to acknowledge that there's a concerted effort to weaken America to implement globalism, because it's blatantly obvious, and if you don't have, like, if you're gonna have a strong opinion about one side or the other, but are missing that big point that's gonna hurt all of us on both sides, then
So if you meet the girl of your dreams and you're like, she's like, yeah, I don't really know much about the World Economic Forum and Davos and Klaus Schwab and what's happening with the global takeover and the globalist elite. And she's like, I just like
on it.
Movies. You're like, you dumb bitch.
No, not at all.
I get what you're trying to say, bro.
Not at all. So I have all the patience in the world for somebody who doesn't know about any of that stuff, because that's not normal stuff for normal people to know about. But once I explain it, the best I can over and over again, if you fail to either care or recognize it, and then still insist on having a strong opinion one way or the other, that's something I find intolerable, because it's a threat to all of us.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Carry in. Politically speaking, what is a deal breaker?
I mean, I've never had a deal breaker over this, but I think they definitely have to be conservative.
Okay.
Morals, because everything kind of aligns that way, and that's important to me.
So no
Good for
Dems
you.
for her.
No what?
What's that?
No Democrats for her.
No Democrats.
She's got her boyfriend. He's a good dude. What do you want to say? What's a deal breaker?
A hardcore Trump fan.
You would not date a hardcore Trump fan.
No, I love Republicans and I love Democrats. Sometimes I agree with both of them, but I feel very scared of people that are blinded by Trump because they don't love the party. They just love this figure. And the last time that somebody loved this figure was Fidel Castro, and is the reason why I'm here. So it's very scary to love a person like Trumpers love Trump.
Gotcha.
It's
when
very
you put
scary
the
for
person
me.
on a pedestal.
Yeah, no, it's a party. We live in the party and we love in a person. That's communism. That's totalitarianism. That's a bunch of shit that I don't want to deal with. And you probably have a small dick too. So.
All right, Trump.
It's idolatry.
Maria,
Definitely.
What's politically a deal breaker for you?
I've never had like a hardcore deal breaker about it, but I would say just if you're completely obsessed with any of either or.
Yes. That
It's
obsession
just
is
too
crazy.
much.
Obsessed with either thing. Okay. Shay? What's your
Beliefs?
ideal man? Oh, shit.
Beliefs or like
Yeah.
if they're like racist. I'm
a good
sorry,
one.
but yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty good deal breaker. Racist. That's good.
It is.
All right, I'm with you. I got you.
I feel you.
McQueen, what's a deal breaker?
I think I agree with what he said. If you can't see that there's clearly an agenda being pushed, I just think you're fucking stupid. because it's so painfully obvious.
Yeah.
How do you not notice it?
Yeah.
And if you don't notice it, because like you said, there's some people who just don't pay attention to it, and I explained it to you, and I know with my explanation skills, I can make it very clear to you and paint the picture to you, and you still refuse to see it. That just tells me that you're just ignorant.
Got it.
And
I like that.
And you're just not open-minded enough to see what's going on.
Nat, go ahead.
For me, I would say, just like extremist, I guess. I'm not really like, for me, I've never had this happen to me, fortunately. But anybody who's like not able to have like a conversation, like I can't buy with that. That like victim mentality, all those things that follow that.
The
Like
victim mentality
just
thing.
keep it over there. I'm good.
Yeah. I think just to wrap this thing up, I think what we're all kind of talking about is at least be reasonable.
Yeah.
Right? I think that's the word we're all looking for is like, if you're just so completely on this side or so completely on this side, you're so anchored to a position that you have zero ability to compromise your belief system. I'm not saying that you should not have morals and values, that you should have that. But to be completely anchored or tethered to a position and say, there's nothing you could tell me to make me think this.
Yeah.
It's like, nothing? Yeah. Like, what happens if I actually showed you proof?
Right.
And like the whole thing of like, what's the truth? Well, there's truthiness these days, and it's like, what's going on? And then it turned into, well, forget about the truth. I'm living my truth. It's like, well, remember when there was just kind of truth going on? Yeah. Everyone was constantly live their truth. But I think it's sort of indicative of where we're at today is that there was a time in this country not too long ago where a black person was dating a white person. Oh my God.
It was
totally fine.
It was
A man and a man are kissing on TV. Oh, no, yeah, I see it all the time. I was in the club on Saturday night, these two dudes are making out.
That shit was
like,
crazy.
I was like, yo, guys, it's cool, but like, just not, I don't know, it's not my thing. Whatever. You know?
Shit was wild.
Religion, but imagine a MAGA and a Democrat extremist pussy hat wearing liberal just walking out. You just can't picture it these days.
Doesn't happen.
But eventually, the equilibrium will come back and America will move on. But God bless America is all I'm saying. Go date someone. Go make out with someone in the club. Guys, thank you. Happy July 4th.
July 4th.
Now, is everybody's YouTubes or Instagrams down below in the description?
Socials are down below. Make sure you guys follow them. And then if you want to close out and have them do their close
All right, cool. Maria, where can we find you?
Instagram, YouTube at Maria Prieto Official, only one F.
Okay. Brandon
Aceto on all socials.
Carmen
_Carrera on Instagram and TikTok, YouTube. And that's it.
There she is, Carrie Ann.
You can find me on all socials, Carrie Ann Dion.
There she is.
Hey,
Shea Butter.
Shea Butter on Instagram. That's it.
Angelina.
You could find me in the internet, but obviously go to ggangelina.com so you could buy my intimate line. It's amazing. Wash it.
Yes. And by the way, if you're under 18, don't find her on the internet.
No.
Not yet. That ain't for you. McQueen.
Megan McQueen on YouTube and Instagram.
McQueen, you killed it today.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Nat.
Natalia Del Valle everywhere. I'm just on Instagram that I know of. Yeah, that's it. Follow me. Oh, and Manect. Make sure you Manect. Amazing.
Anyway, follow us on Valuetainment, PBD Podcast, the SOSCAST. Manect. We do the show every Tuesday and Thursday. Coming up, by the way, we have a really big guest coming up.
Yes.
Next week.
Yes.
Really big.
Very big.
So stay tuned for that. Should we reveal?
No.
No baby reveal.
Stay tuned.
We'll do a gender reveal on the next show. We'll see.
What?
Thanks for being here, guys, today. We out. Save that money.
It's the SOSCAST, baby.
Alejandro, come in real